Alrighty, I'm live. It's time for what's likely to be the last live stream of December. Why? Because my dumbass wound up using up just about all the time with free StreamYard accounts. So, I'm also starting this early, probably way earlier than I should, honestly, but I just wanted to knock this out of the way quick in case this, winds up being another 4-hour stream or something. But right. We're going to hit up good old Kent Hovind and give him the typical whacking that we do here. Taking a look at his open mics from Thursday and or Friday, depending on how these things go. If memory serves, at some point, someone called in and gave him shit over his doctorate. So we're just gonna see how that goes, if that comes up, or what other crazy stuff he says, because that's how we always do things around here. But without any further ado, let's get to it.
Good evening, folks. Ken Hovind here in the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. We're at Genesis Baptist Church. That's also our YouTube channel. It is December the 19th, 2024. Open mic challenge. Call in. Questions, atheists, idiots who believe they came from a rock. Please call in. We want to help you. Really, we do.
Couldn't go 15 seconds without calling people idiots. Good job, Kent. You're a real upstanding person, you jerk ass.
Trying to get you converted before it's too late. So we're on a whole bunch of channels there. And let's see, I got to move that one. 12 Days of Christmas still going on. We're having all kinds of stuff. Think about tonight making cookies to give to all the neighbors or something. So you come join us if you don't.
Yes, I'm sure everyone around DAL wants cookies. From what I've heard, literally no one anywhere near you likes you.
Have a family? Come on down. We'll be your family. We got a crew here. How many work here and live here full time, would you guess? 20? 20. Yeah, about 20. So come on down. Bring your family. I'll take that one right there. Okay, I got a couple of comments from previous channels I've done, previous shows I've done the last couple of nights. We're going to comment on those until people call in.
This is going to be fun. Watch him get mad about comments. Love it. He doesn't read the comments yet. He always manages to make a time filler of all these little screenshots and slides of him looking at comments. It's almost as if he does read them and does care.
To discuss creation or evolution. Let's see. I've been listening to Kent every night since 2018, and people who talk crap about him seem like they listen just as much as I do. I guess Kent does reach a lot of people. Amen. I think so too.
Well, that's the thing about lolcows, is that you do have to observe their content to be amused. That's how it kind of works. You have to be in the proximity of the lolcow. And since this is the internet, proximity consists of watching said content, which is a torture in and of itself. But I do it because people enjoy watching me react to the bullshit you say all the time. So I'm just going to keep on doing it, Kent.
And I'm glad they listen.
It isn't the win you think it is my point.
Listen, at least the Holy Spirit can work on them if their head isn't too thick.
Oh, yes, so your magical Holy Spirit, magic ghost bullshit doesn't work if there's too much material in there. No, you're being all metaphorical, but still, the kinds of stuff you say constantly points to that weird problem of you guys stress that your deity is limitless, yet simultaneously apply limits to it, be it figurative, literal, joke, or not. Also, it's pretty egotistical of you to think that your content specifically is what's going to reach out to somebody versus all the other theological crap we're bombarded with 24/7 in the Western world. So full of yourself, Kent, you think you're the one who's going to reach somebody. You're not. I've heard better arguments from better people. They were still garbage. Both the arguments and the people, but they were still better than you and what you've got.
See, Kent wins again. The Scientific Illiteracy Award, Raymond says. Well, Raymond, if you think I'm scientifically illiterate, call in and challenge me. Show me the science behind evolution. The topic of tonight's program is evolution is a pagan religion. Prove me wrong. It's nothing but a religion. You have to believe in evolution. You have to believe life came from non-living material. You have to believe the universe is billions of years old. You have to believe one animal can turn into a different kind over millions of years.
Yes, Kent, we've heard your spiel 1,000 times that a religion boils down to something you believe, which means your computer running on electricity is a religion, that I have to breathe to stay alive is a religion. That this cup right here, full of water, is a religion. It's a bottle, I should say. That I've got a snack in front of me is a religion. That I've got like 3 or 4 guitars back there and I really should play them more is a religion. Yes, Kent, it's all religions. You know, that I live in Memphis is a religion. That you're in Lenox, Alabama is a religion. Yeah, everything you believe is a religion, Kent. Good job. That's so fucking stupid. I can't believe you still fucking say that. Amongst all the stupid shit you say.
That's not science. It's not observable. I'm sorry. You get the illiteracy award. Scientifically illiterate, if you believe that. Congrats on your award. Kent was the recipient. Oh, yeah? Raymond, please call in. 855 Big Dino. What's your number? You have one?
Extension 4.
Extension 4. Okay. To be on the program, call in.
Call 855 Big Dino, extension 4. Everyone has to call 855 Big Dino. There's no other way to get in contact with me. You dial 855 Big Dino or else. Because I pay for that number. And I pay every time you call in. And I love paying every time you call in. Because that's how 1-800 numbers work. You pay the toll charges as the line holder, as the line owner. That's how you can offer the service toll free. That's the way they're designed. Now, of course, with free long distance with pretty much every cell phone plan, it doesn't really matter. But we all know Kent is stuck in the 90s, which I would say has its benefits, but not in the way Kent is stuck in the 90s. Because I'm stuck in the 90s too in a lot of ways, just the cool parts, you know. You guys want to come over and play Sega Genesis? Yeah, some cool shit right there. Maybe some early PlayStation? Hell yeah.
Let's see. Titus, your extension 0 if they want to schedule a cabin. Oh, 5. Your extension 5. I got to get a list of all those. Okay. Titus is 5. You'd think I would know that. Okay. Neil is 4. I'm 3. Who's 2? I don't know. My wife is 1. I think Sandra has 1 and 2. Okay. Anyway, call 855 Big Dino. Start pushing buttons. Somebody will eventually answer. Okay.
Okay. That's actually a genuine laugh for me. That was actually funny, Kent. That actually had a bit of charisma to it and felt genuine. Ladies and germs, we have Kent Hovind actually showing an iota of charisma. Oh, it's all downhill from here, baby.
Okay. It says, Lords Loathable. Science is a method, not a word misspelled. Therefore, you are the award winner. Lord says, yes, the methodology that Kent doesn't understand. Oh, I understand science really well. Okay. If you don't think
No, you don't, Kent. Just you fucking don't. Period.
I do, call and schedule a debate. Show me how stupid.
Yes, debate me, bro. Debate me, bro. It isn't a matter of it just being fucking obvious with the way you talk about things. Your clear lack of understanding of, I always have to say this word, of nuance that goes along with science. The fact that people will bring up very, very basic elements of logic in a scientific discipline, and you're just like, huh? Remember, you weren't prepared for ERVs when Conspiracy Cats brought it up. I'm not prepared for that. Made a whole song about it. Then he gave up with your bullshit and flat earthers and went on and started another channel and gave the channel MC Toon, who's been doing quite well with it. But that's neither here nor there. Point is, you suck at science, and it's obvious from anyone who actually pays attention to anything you say, the way you talk, or how you talk about the things you claim to know, that you don't know jack diddly shit. And at most, just utter out some big words to sound like you have a clue when you really don't.
Stupid I am and how smart you are. Please call in, okay? I understand. See, science is what we know. We know cows produce cows. We do not know cows are related to potatoes.
Potato plants, and yeah, actually, we do. Ignoring your perpetual, make everything sound as stupid as possible. Yeah, we do, Kent. It's kind of amazing. You should probably actually research it sometime.
Like your stupid chart shows, okay? You guys want
Yes, the chart shows it up. He's going to bring out his favorite laminates. He's always got his two favorite laminates, the evolution family tree, and then the one about all the ages of people in the Bible that strangely looks like a map of North and South America abstracted. It's like if you took the IBM font and made a map out of it. That's what I always see in that genealogy chart. It's weird.
To claim that this is science. Let's see, here we have the amoeba turning into everything. Let me get my slides down, brother, when I put my chart up. Neil.
First off, how dumb are his helpers that they don't know to take his slides down when he obviously telegraphs he's about to go for one of his fucking slides? And two, we've seen this shit 1,000 times before. That's another thing. Kent acting like we haven't seen his shit every single video he's ever fucking done. We've seen it. It's old, Kent. We get it. You could really summarize things, make your little points again and be fine, but no, you've got to hear yourself talk nonstop. And on that note, here comes a 20-minute soliloquy from me. Nah, I kid.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. He's kind of new at this. Your propaganda poster that you use to convince all the kids of your lie shows a protozoa or a single cell.
Tubian, yeah, I figured he'd be at this time. I don't know, doing live stuff while he's live is not as fun as I feel like it'd be. I felt like this would be a better use of my time today. So I was like, we're going to go into the open mics because he seems to be a little more unhinged than normal during those.
Cell creature slowly turning into everything. So the human is related to the duck and the sunflower and the frog. This is propaganda. This is not science. The Bible says they'll bring forth after their kind. That's all anybody's ever observed. It says that 20 times in the first 7 chapters. I think that would be science. That would what we know. We know cows produce cows. We do not know cows are related to potatoes and came from an amoeba. So let's see.
Hey, Ambushed, and hey, everybody. I forgot to greet all of y'all. Y'all are awesome. Glad you could be here at, fucking 10:40 in the morning my time to watch this insanity and listen to me ramble on, having to say the same shit about the same shit that this felon says.
See, Kent doesn't understand the methodology. I think I do way better than you do. If you think I'm wrong, call in, schedule a debate. Unless you're just a keyboard warrior hiding behind, probably got a false name too. Okay.
What the goddamn hell does it matter, Kent? Okay? Seriously, grow up. What the fuck does it matter? Welcome to the internet. People have been using aliases online since the BBS days, since you were barely out of fucking high school. Alright, dude? Get the fuck over it, straight up. All that matters is if what they fucking say has value. In this context, that's really all there is to it. And yeah, what they say has value. Not what you say. Sadly, that's just how it goes. It's just the way I'm calling it here. You don't like it? Tough shit.
I've actually pointed out.
How about you directly get in contact with me if you don't like what I have to say, instead of having your friends pop on and leave comments on my channel, being little keyboard warriors themselves. Because for some reason, it's okay for all your little cult followers to pop into mine and other people's channels and leave, sorry, I'm going to say the word, outright retarded ass comments. But anyone comments on your stuff and they're a keyboard warrior. Okay.
Out in the past that you atheists don't understand science. Tell us what the first step of the scientific method is. Okay? Go on, impress us with your superior knowledge. Step 1, go on. Okay, good. Couldn't Psycho Dan be lying and stupid? Oh, you're a good point. I said some of the things Simon Dan.
And of course, going to bring up shit about Simon Dan. And yeah, Kent saying if you're traveling at the speed of light and turn a flashlight, the light's now going 2 times the speed of light means he knows precisely fuck all about light and relativity. And realizing that when you get to the nitty gritty of the universe and reality, i.e. get closer and closer to the quantum realm, things get really, really fucking weird. Kent is a troll. He wants an argument to make himself feel better. He has no interest in truth or having a civil discussion about anything. That is honestly the truth. I mean, I hate that all of us who do reactions and shit to him are engaging with him. I think the big problem is debating him. Or more correctly, people doing serious debates with him, treating him as a reasonable opponent, reasonable interlocutor is just wrong. You have to go in Ian Chen style, to Mr. Anderson style, and just rip into him. There's no true debate to be had, so there's no value in it, and all it does is give him a false sense of being valued, being in demand. And he's probably super upset that for whatever reason I don't call to schedule a debate. Joseph probably reported back, well, Master Hovind, Caruso Tomato says he will not debate you. He keeps insisting you contact him and that you said it in a video and told Sergio to get in contact with him, but that hasn't happened, and we're just going to pretend it didn't happen, even though he showed multiple videos. Yes. So, Tomato won't debate you. I guess you win, Master.
Dan said, I said, he's either lying or stupid. Could be both. That's a good point. Okay. Sweet papaya. The people who say Kent's so wrong, but they are.
God damn it, I had the muting all wrong. He definitely is mislabeling the original single-celled creature, whatever one would want to call it.
Are here for entertainment. That's such a cop-out lie. If that was genuinely true, there'd be no desire to change someone's mind against God. The desire to take someone away from a biblical worldview is only a deep-rooted anger towards God. Good point, Brad. I think you got it there.
Yes, because we're all mad at a character we believe doesn't exist. That's why I'm also actually angry about Voldemort, Darth Vader, and whatever the fuck killed Littlefoot's parents in Land Before Time. I don't remember. But yeah, I'm still pissed about that 35 years later. That's right, Kent. You done got him. No, it can't be that the entire proposition is laughably absurd. And that we're honestly being nice by at least even entertaining you in discussion and actual open, conversation about this subject. When the reality is, you're just flat out fucking wrong. Everything you say is wrong. Your entire view of reality is abjectly bullshit, demonstrably bullshit. You're a peddler of outright lies. And honestly, the world would be better off without you. But, you're here. Until nature takes its course, we've got to deal with you and the shit you say and the people who follow what you say. So, might as well have some fun. Since you got out of prison and want to be so big and bad on the internet, we responded in kind. Logic started it even before you got out of prison, amongst other people. So, yeah, it is what it is, Kent.
Anybody else? Somebody was commenting that they thought some kind of bot deleted their comment or something. I don't know.
I'm not sure. Joseph tried to disable it last night when he was here, but I don't think anybody's being deleted.
Yeah, as long as you can be respectful and don't curse and swear and stick on topic of creation. Okay. Let's see.
Oh, of course, gotta stay on topic because, Kent doesn't like all his dirty laundry being brought up unless he wants to bring it up. I mean, most of the shit about you, Kent, we wouldn't know unless if you hadn't brought it up like you do all the time. Someone looks at you the wrong way in town and you've got to make a 25-minute PowerPoint about it. Get over it, bruh.
Why does Psycho Dan lie to cover over the top of others? He wants evolution to be true. He really does want it to be true. He knows the alternative is not good.
And this idea that we know that what Kent believes is real and that we all just want what is obviously abject reality to be, sorry, just got a text message. They want abject reality to just be what it is in spite of his reality being the correct one is wild. Excuse me, it's wild. It's one, you're trying to tell us how we think, which is a total load of shit. That's a bullshit ass move to do. Kind of gaslighting straw man bull is that? But additionally, you've just plain got it the other way around, buddy. It's that simple. You're the one who wants this stuff to be true. because you hate the idea of how your whole life having been for nothing. And that's fine. That's understandable. But it doesn't make you any less pathetic with what you do.
Let's see, the law of cause and effect plus self-evident craftsmanship equals intelligent design. Imagination plus nonsense equals magic evolution. I agree. It takes more faith for magic to happen without a magician than to accept the all-powerful creator. Good point.
Yeah, except evolution isn't magic, numbnuts.
Magic without a magician. I like that. Okay, here we go. How do you pronounce that name? Zen? Yep. Zen. Cool. I like that name. In Christianity, you have to believe in Noah's magical miracle ark. No, you don't. It was a huge wooden boat, 515 feet long. Nothing
Yeah, plenty magical about it. Hey, AJ.
magical about it. Probably took them 100 years to build it. We've been on working on ours for like 7 weeks now, coming along really good. It ain't building itself, is it, brother?
No.
No. It was, no. You mean magical boat? Why would you say something?
Couldn't your deity have had the boat assemble itself without issue, Kent? Isn't that totally a thing that could have happened? Or is your God unable to build boats? Which is it? Are they limited or unlimited? Because, I did a video, I did a reaction to a video where you said God was unlimited, that you can't have a limited God. Ergo, any possibility you can think of is valid in your theistic view. Ergo, anything that's found to be incorrect or odd or atypical about it, I feel does beg the question on why didn't they do it this way? Why are all the kinds still obviously connected in some way versus being truly unique creations? Why wouldn't they just magically puff a boat into existence for Noah and be like, here you go, you guys are saved? Or some other way that's even more fanciful? Just little things like that as you look into the story and think, and it's like, this kind of breaks down. Because I'd come up with some pretty wild stuff if I was a deity, had unlimited power and was doing whatever. It'd be great. More interesting than what your story has.
Something so stupid. Okay. You have to believe in a magical garden with a snake and a tree. There's snakes and trees all over the world right now. What's magical about that?
Yeah, I know Kent's live. I don't want to deal with this crap while it's live. I'd rather just wait till after the fact, when it can be assessed for what it is. I know there's got to be some good stuff in this as well versus his more typical content. So, just gonna stick with this for the day.
Who taught you this anyway? Let's see. You have to believe in talking donkeys and water coming out of rocks. Oh yeah, that you'd have to believe in. The Bible says that. You guys believe humans came from a rock and we're talking. That's what your religion says.
Not a religion, and no, it doesn't, you dumbass.
Earth was a hot ball of rock. It rained on the rocks for millions of years, turned them into soup, and the soup came alive. You're nothing but a talking rock. Yeah. That's what you believe. Anyway, let's see. We got some more here. You got any more there, brother?
Nope.
Okay. Renfield. I'm sorry.
No, you're not sorry for always having to clear your throat, you dumb fuck. I'm sitting here eating and I'm smart enough to mute my mic while I'm fucking chewing. At least for the most part. Sometimes stuff slips through, but whatever. That's what happens when you do it live. Kent, your entire fairy tale is literally a golem spell for the creation of humanity. Also, Eve is transgender. So, deal with it. I think it's just projection. You just decided, oh yeah, my story actually says this and it sounds stupid, so I'm just going to reverse it. Because it seems like every single one of your criticisms against evolution actually really seem to be some critique of creationism. Save for the one animal coming straight from another animal, cats giving birth to not lions, like cows and shit. Cow giving birth to a dog or whatever, which is just asinine. To even propose, because that's not what stuff says. Outside of that, it all seems like it's a big reversal. Play the Uno card. Reversey. You're a religion. You believe you came from a rock. You're the ones who have magic. It's like, no, dude. It's all you, buddy.
For my throat here, I talk a lot.
Yeah, you do, and you say absolutely nothing of value.
There. It gets on my nerves how ignorant and blatant they sometimes get with trying to.
But AJ, didn't you hear? All them woke liberals done made it where you can't say Merry Christmas. Can't say Merry Christmas no more in America. That's why they play all the Christmas music in stores as a protest. And that's why you got those people jingling them bells, supporting domestic terrorism because they support gay conversion therapy and stuff. You know, what is it, that Salvation Army? Yeah, some fucking army. They don't even have guns. How American are they? But you can't say Merry Christmas anymore. AJ is banned from the channel for life. For saying the naughty words that the liberals won't let us say no more.
To put down others who disagree with them because they are wrong and they won't admit it. But I know for a fact that the Bible is right and that these people let themselves become duped. Just because a university tells them something doesn't mean it's true. Oh, excuse me, hiccup. And
we almost caught Kent just straight up choking. Honestly, I'd feel bad for him because, as y'all might have heard in previous videos, I have a bit of a problem sometimes with that while talking, or just after like a cough or something, just everything just goes out of whack, and it's even just a basic choke that you're going to be perfectly fine from, but that moment of gasping is pretty terrifying. So it wouldn't have been funny, but you know. Also, commenter doesn't know jack diddly shit about the truth of their theology because it literally cannot be proven. So, yeah.
we're told not to go against it. I agree, Renfield. You have to go to college for years to be that dumb to believe you came from a rock, which came from a dot of nothing exploding, which came from, we don't know where the nothing came from either. I believe the phrase Gish Gallop, that was Dwayne Gish, okay, great creationist many years ago. And he and Henry Moore started the Institute for Creation Research in Dallas, which is still going great, ICR.
I just don't say Merry Christmas because I absolutely fucking hate Christmas with every single fiber of my being. It is the single most obnoxious. Actually, no. It wouldn't be the most obnoxious holiday if it didn't go on for effectively 2 solid months, because the only one that's more obnoxious is Easter, but that's limited to just a few days, usually the day right before and the day of course. So it's not so bad. But Christmas being 2 solid months of this bullshit, people behaving the way they do. Again, working retail, I have obviously an extremely stressful time this time of year. Having people behave the way they do and having to hear that god-awful music over and over. One day at work, they played 2 different versions of All I Want for Christmas Is You in a row. They couldn't put anything in between the 2 in the rotation from whatever discount, music company they license it from. Seriously? And this is corporate bullshit. So it isn't like my old job where it just isn't a thing. No, I have to deal with it. And I'm just like, fuck, because I can't tune it out. I'm wired to pick up on music like that. So it's a little bit of hell for me. Christmas music fucking sucks. Holiday decorations, meh. All of it's been soured to me. I see holiday stuff, I hear holiday stuff, and all I think of is the stress and hell of being in the retail world during that. And I came up with this way back when. This is some motif I came up with like 16 years ago, easy, of Christmas is people buying things nobody wants with money they don't have for people they don't even like. That's simple. That's what it boils down to. A fucked up ass tradition in this country that's a whole lot of bullshit that can just be ignored. If we focus more on individual birthdays, while it wouldn't be spread out throughout the entire year, it would be spread out enough to where you wouldn't feel this insane rush constantly. And if the same amount of money was spent over that time period, it would all even out either way. But that's when stores get back, into the black. That's why they call it Black Friday. It's like, yeah, fuck your business models. That's a side effect of the way people shop and the way people buy. It's neither here nor there. The facet is, it's fucking way too much for just much ado about nothing is what it is to me. So I fucking hate Christmas on that principle. Is that everyone just fucking sucks around it. I don't like people anyway. So the hell with the whole season. Like, I joke I would rather have a winter home in North Korea for 2 months so I wouldn't have to see any advertising except socialist propaganda. But that stuff's cool most of the time. Wouldn't have to hear Christmas music. Just any of it. I could just escape it. But no. So I just gotta fucking deal with it. And it fucking sucks. Back to Hovind, who amazingly sucks slightly less than Christmas music. Slightly less repetitive.
I highly recommend them. I read lots of their books when I was just a brand new Christian and said, man, this is right. But somebody's got to make this simpler for people to understand it, So they're brilliant, but a little too technical.
Okay, brother, we got a guy named Christianity Recap.
And I need my headphones on, right?
What was that? Christian recap? Oh yeah, I know they said Christianity recap, but I just thought it would have been funny for Christian. We seriously should do that. We should try to get Christian to call in and talk to Ken Hovind. Oh my God, if I wanted to involve myself any more in the Christian universe than I already have, which yes, I am slightly involved in the Christian universe. Tell you that story sometime. Well, actually, I already have, but I'll tell you that story again sometime down the line. Yeah, I would try to see if somehow I can get them in contact with Hovind. That would be absolutely hilarious. But that's abusing the mentally ill, and I'm not going to do that.
Yes, sir. Okay.
And not even Christian deserves to have to talk to Kent Hovind.
Christianity recap. Yes. Okay. I didn't know it needed recapped, but okay. Go ahead. Who you got there?
Hey, Kent. How are you tonight?
I am overworked, underpaid, way behind, dead tired, totally broke, but I never complain. Never complain.
I feel you. I feel the pain.
Okay.
All you do is complain, Kent. Shut your whore-ass mouth. Oh, yeah, Kent. You found that funny, didn't you? Yeah.
I've got a question for you. So my family enjoys doing on weekends when we have free time is looking for Native American artifacts, arrowheads mainly. What I have to do to find them is sometimes dig 4 feet down to find any.
No, I know nothing of ghost politics. I'll have to be educated on this. Remind me. Remind me to look it up, because I'll probably forget by the end of this stream. Also, Racina, thanks for the super chat. Just listen to the South Park Christmas album while you wait for the new Doctor Who to air on Christmas Day. That is a plan. Also, I do have some kind of stupid-ass goal on here, since YouTube suggested I do that with super chats. I think if we get like 10 super chats, I promised I'd stream for an extra hour. I've got like 4.5 hours of StreamYard time left for the month. So if we were able to burn through all that today, I'm not against it, but we'll just see how it goes. But if we reach a goal, we break that goal, I'm going to be like, hey, I've got to stream. I got to do the extra hour. So when I'm ready to quit, I still got to go another hour.
Kind of artifacts that are supposedly 2,000 years old or more. You don't necessarily in a
yeah, overt racism tends to outright piss me off. So yeah, maybe it is better that I stay away.
What
Geologic column.
Geologic column. Yes. So
yeah.
When you say that, where does the new dirt come from? Why, if it's maybe 2,000 years old, what we're finding, why do we have to dig 3 or 4 feet down to be able to find things that are only 2,000 years old?
Fair question.
Or so?
Fair question. Well, first place, the dirt, if it got moved by wind or erosion, sometimes Indian artifacts are found right on top, obviously. People find those all the time, walk along the woods and find arrowheads and things like that, or stone axe. So it's not always, erosion takes dirt away, wind and sedimentation can bring it in, but you're talking 3 feet. It's all the same dirt, it just got moved. It didn't come from outer space. But see, the evolutionists are trying to say with their geologic column that the layers are different ages.
Jesus had however many fingers he needed to get the job done, if you know what I mean. Ooh, outright blasphemy, 3 days before Christmas. Fuck yeah. I was planning on doing a Christmas stream, and I may still find a way to do that, but I don't know. Depends on how much time I have left in StreamYard and what I'm feeling like on that day.
Which is, I got the question, where was the Holocene dirt sitting around for 4.9, let's see, 2.4999 billion years?
I'm sure a scientist could explain that, and why your entire conception is wrong. But I'm just going to go with, if it was up your ass, you'd know where it was, Kent.
If it just, all the dirt in the world,
you'd have to move it out of the way to get a deeper sniff of your own farts.
Everything in the universe is the same age if it came from a big bang or if it was created. So the Indian artifacts that are a couple feet down, I don't think there's any justification for claiming that the layers can be billions of years different in age. Plus, between the layers of their geologic column, there's no soil buildup. It's a layer of rock and a layer of rock.
No. You're good. I mean, go have fun. Family. When you have family you actually care about, it is important. So go enjoy that. You're absolutely fine. No hypocrisy in leaving for a Christmas thing, even if you hate Christmas, because it's family. And family is important to some people. Not me, but some people.
Then a layer of rock. There's no root patterns of growing down in there. Nothing was growing there. So it's just silly. The whole geologic column doesn't exist.
Yeah, I kind of have a clusterfuck of content all coming at once. Now I'm starting to make everything members only for a short period, like a day or two, because I really just want the content to get out there. I don't want to milk my audience for everything they're worth, because that's just mean. You know, I'm not some evangelical preacher who demands you give me your money and God will bless you. You know, we all know Trogdor the Burninator will bless you if you give me money by burninating all the things you don't like. If you gave me money, but you didn't like me, would Trogdor then come and burn me down? Inquiring minds want to know.
And I point to the fact of petrified trees standing up, connecting all of them. I don't think you'll find a petrified tree standing up, connecting I call them Indian artifacts, the layers with modern layers, because the tree would rot in 2,000 years. But we do find petrified trees standing up, connecting all the layers that they claim are millions of years different in age. So I think you're talking just wind-blown sediments or water redeposition from sedimentation from rivers and stuff like that. That's not.
They want to prop in with Frank. Thanks for the suggestion on Blackadder's version of Christmas Carol, and I appreciate you enjoying what I do and being here. It means a lot to me.
Not justification for the geologic column. Does that answer the question?
That answers the question, and I just wanted to add really quick. I've been a long-time follower of yours and a supporter of Dal for many years, so I appreciate the hard work, and thanks for everything, Ken.
Okay. Yeah, these petrified trees all over the place. They just found another one in a mine.
Oh no, he's bringing up the Poly-strata trees again, even though they're not Poly-strata, and they actually have a different term, and it's just creationist bullshit all over again. Oh no, Kent thinks he's got us. Oh no, is everyone scared? Kent said they found a new Poly-strata tree in a coal mine, so they found a tree through layers of coal in the same coal deposit that, the tree's probably from the same motherfucking swamp, you fucking idiot.
Mine. I got the video. I sent it to my email. Too late for me to get it out and play it. But it was really good. They dropped down a mine shaft, go in there where they're mining, and there's a petrified tree standing there running up through the guy's underground looking at it. It's only 30 seconds long. There's no way for me to play that tonight, is there?
Probably not. We got another caller.
Okay.
I don't see his name.
How's it going?
Hello. Yes. Hello.
Hey, so my question.
Ladies, gentlemen, and people of all gender identities, I'm going to bring up a slightly forgotten but very relevant Star Wars quote. This is where the fun begins. This guy. Oh, it's some good shit.
Is in regard to evolution.
Okay.
My question is, do you think your own personal insecurity about not having a degree is why you discredit accredited doctorates and scholars because you were too lazy to get a good degree?
Well, sounds like an ad hominem attack. Well, let me ask you a question.
It's an ad hominem, even though I use my fucking degree and the feeling that it gives me the right to use doctor and everything. And so I'm totally using it to, make sure that I look like I'm more important than I actually am and that I know more things than other people so I can be seen as an authority figure. Because that's all you fucking did with it, Kent. That's all you use it for. And you complain, well, you don't have to call me doctor. You can call me whatever. But everyone calls you doc. All your stuff, even your little thing right fucking there. Dr. Kent Hovind. I have 5 PhDs. Should I change my stuff back to Dr. Carisiamato? Because I have just as much right to call myself a doctor as you do. And I do you 1 degree more. So unless you want to match me in rockology, economicals, and general studies, go fuck yourself.
Ad hominem attack. You don't.
Okay. If you go through college and come out with a degree and believing you came from a
And yes, I'm pretty sure that is a shirtless Alex Jones as his profile picture. And Alex Jones all around sucks as a human being. He is a terrible person. But I will give Alex Jones this. He legitimately has one of the coolest voices in the universe. And if he wasn't such an absolute conspiracy theorist fuckbag, and I had money to produce some of the entertainment media that I'd really want to, some of the stories I've got, be able to make them into something, I would love to have his voice in that. But one, I'm never going to have that kind of money, so most of my stuff's only going to stay up in my head, and sadly, when I die, it's going to be lost to time, so I better write these stories down while I can. But more importantly, actually, no, that is the more important part, but secondarily, I would never do it on principle, because I'd never give him the benefit. He's ruined himself, and I guess you could say he's been canceled from working with Zadar Entertainment, which is not very much of a punishment, but it's the principle.
rock and you're related to a potato, I think that's a useless degree as well. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
People no,
But
I worked.
it
No, listen, now hold it. This is my show. Listen, I worked very hard for my.
Rosina with another chat. Yeah. Rosina with another chat. God, I cannot speak today. Upright fossil or T0 assemblages is the proper name for creation's polystrata term. Thank you. Thank you. I knew it was something as simple as upright fossil, but I couldn't submit myself on saying it.
My degrees. If you don't like it, you can call me Kent or call me Bubba. But I have 3 earned doctor's degrees and 1 honorary doctor.
You want to know the crazy thing about the whole Trogdor thing is I just watched it like a friend watch it one time, and then I remember it being referenced by Trogley's guitar show because I like guitars and he uses Trogdor as kind of his mascot. And I think it was in Guitar Hero. Never liked the Guitar Hero games. I found them flawed on a gameplay level. I just didn't enjoy them. But I remember I think being in there. And so it just kind of stuck with me. But I literally have not seen the actual much Strong Bad in decades. So I really probably should go back and just enjoy it for the sake of it. Because I do enjoy going back and watching old Weeble stuff. Badger, mushroom. He does some cool stuff even now.
Doctor's degree, and if you don't like it, I don't care. Okay. If somebody has earned doctorate degree from an accredited school and they believe they came from a rock and they're related to a banana, I don't think they're very smart either. Now, you said you had questions about evolution. Let's hear it. That's got nothing to do with evolution.
Actually, it does, because it shows you we're too lazy to get a bachelor's. So why should anyone trust you on science?
So fucking owned. I learned about this because I forget whether it was Big Bad Mama or Claude who clipped it, because they're so damn good at just keeping up with all the shit Kent does and taking out the nice little juicy nuggets of just ownage or his outright stupidity. But I saw that and I was just like, oh man, I have got to do this. And then I think it was actually Ambush Apostate mentioned that in the second open mic, Kent goes on a tirade about his degree, it's really upsetting him, just like us calling him a cult, calling Yale a cult is upsetting him. And I'm just like, yes, we're getting to him. Oh, I'm not one for abuse. I think abuse is terrible, but this isn't abuse. This is fighting back against dishonest charlatan.
For your research abilities when you have none.
Then don't trust me. Get a new channel. Why you?
No, because I don't have a massive ass ego that needs inflating. Lord Yamato will suffice, which actually is one of the aliases I go by. It's for character reasons and stuff. ignoring, that. It's obviously playful. I mean, I do generally just prefer to go by Chris. Or if you want to be cute with the name, Kuri. Just the Kuri, which is apparently Japanese for chestnut, which is kind of cute. Yeah, so that's a thing. I actually would have my friends call me that because we'd all have, call each other by our nicknames through the years because that's just what we did. So most of the time, closer friends in the post high school community, they would all call me Curry.
You're listening to the channel. Why don't you start your own
Because
channel?
you're lying to people to make money.
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, we don't monetize the channel. We're not making money, so you're stupid about that. Now,
Oh yeah, buy my DVDs, buy my books, donate to my 777 club. I probably get a cut of the super chats from Donnie's streams. That's why I always go on there and debate. No, you're not making any money, Kent. That's how you can afford all these nice things you got behind you, like your SpongeBob toys, your Temu dinosaur lamp that's never fucking on, that fucking laptop, the equipment to set up the stream the way it currently is. Possibly the license or the fees for Restream, whatever you may pay for to have the upper tier service. It's not about money at all. No. You're not making any money off this. Yet you're able to pay for so many things, including your stupid Ark and your Jeeps and all this other crap. Sure, Kent, sure. Missing the point completely. Dumbass.
tell me, what evidence do you have for evolution? Just give me the best evidence you know of.
He hung up.
He hung up. Oh, okay.
No, there's no point in dealing with you, and at this point, it's nice to do Rebel Alliance hit and run tactics on you because it so wonderfully gives people a chance. These open mics, you fuck yourself up because people can come in and get a chance of getting the actual info out to people and possibly in a quick burst articulate why you're full of shit.
Well, keep listening. You might get converted. Might get a brain in your head someday.
Oh, we got another call. His name is Creation Crybaby.
Creation Crybaby. Where would the show be without him?
Hey, speaking of BBM/Creationist Crybaby, because they are not the same people, same person.
Yes,
Hey,
go ahead.
Can you hear me?
You called to say you got converted, right?
I called to talk about dinosaurs.
Okay.
Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you. I'm sorry. I'm coughing and hiccuping and everything else tonight.
Okay. How have
It's only going to get worse with Kent and that. He's never going to take a damn break. I'm smart enough to know how to take a break. Says the guy who streamed like nonstop the other week, like a week and a half after being sick, who got sick again over this, the tail end of this past week, a slight little head cold, but I worked my way through it. Yeah. Yet I'm extremely lazy. How does that work?
you been?
I have been getting old. It ain't for sissies, that's for sure.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Kent, I'd like to talk about the Morrison formation,
Mhm.
where the so-called dinosaur graveyard is.
Well,
I'm
there
sure,
are thousands of dinosaur graveyards around the world. There is a big one there. You're right, but there are
Right,
thousands more.
right.
Okay.
Talking about that lamp, I don't know. I feel like those things would be like a not that bright of a lamp. I feel like it might just have the two LEDs in the base that illuminate the plastic around. Could be mistaken. Yeah, it could easily blow out the levels, or yeah, it could blow the breaker. It's the fucking lamp from A Christmas Story. Actually, no, the lamp was fine. It was everything else they were plugging it into. I would make a joke about aluminum wiring in that house as well, but that film takes place in the very late 30s, and aluminum wiring became popular in like the 70s. Yeah, gotta be careful if I get another place of my own that I don't get aluminum wiring because I'm gonna be hell bent on changing it all out, and that's not gonna be fun.
So let me briefly give this perspective from geology about.
Racino with another super chat. I'm surprised he still does these open mics given how there's absolutely zero call screening. Yeah. I mean, they kind of screened me when I called in because they're like, oh, it's Yamato, right after me and Joseph had our little argument. I talked shit earlier on Joseph. I still don't have any direct beef with him at the moment. Like, he seems to be in and out of DAL, so I don't know what's up with that, and it's honestly none of my business. But me and him are cool. But yeah, he was like, they were talking, and they're like, oh, I don't know, we might have to get quick with the kick button, and it's like, no, you don't have to worry about me, I'm fine. I know how to pick my battles, Kent, and I can be respectful.
About the Morrison Formation. So it covers about 1.5 million square miles in the western United States, dates about...
Knob and tube wiring is something else. Beautiful to look at, nothing I ever want to actually see in my life, in any place I'm going to be spending any reasonable amount of time in where that wiring is live.
156 to 146 million years from the Upper Jurassic. And of course, it's known for its dinosaur fossils. And we know it formed during a mountain building event, and the deposits in the Morrison Formation were carried from these highlands of these mountains by streams and rivers and deposited in swampy lowlands, river channels, lakes, and floodplains. And these became the Morrison Formation. And the reason we know this is because of the fossils that are found with the dinosaurs. We find much of the fossils are... The vegetation is from riparian environments such as rivers and streams and that kind of thing.
Hang on. Slow
yeah,
down.
go ahead.
You're covering way too many points that need to be addressed. Okay.
Oh no, one topic at a time, one topic at a time. Also, for everyone's enjoyment, as a tribute to Kent, I'm going to blow my nose without muting the mic. I kid, totally muting the mic. Just wanted to mess with you guys a bit.
I agree. There is a formation which has huge deposits of dinosaur bones. And you're claiming that it's 156 million years old. You do not know any such thing. You can believe that if you wish. And that might be what you were taught. And you might have swallowed the Kool-Aid, okay? But you don't know that at the age of those formations.
Every time Kent makes a Jonestown reference, it just really bothers me.
Because it has different kinds of animals with it. You said it yourself. We go back and replay the tape. You know the age because it contains animals of this certain age group or something.
No, we know the age because of the radiometric dating from the vast amount of ash layers that we have, because it was a mountain building event. It was called the Nevadan orogeny. And so we had a lot of volcanism happening. Yeah.
Nevada orogeny? Huh. Might look that up later. Note to shelf. And yes, it was Flavor Aid at Jonestown. It really kills me when people do the Kool-Aid reference. I mean, I'll say it in a very colloquial sense, but anytime I remotely want to be serious about it, I make sure to specifically say Flavor Aid. And that's why I try to avoid the joke in general, the reference in general, because I want to be correct about this stuff. So, it's like, I'm just not going to make the reference. Too upsetting.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. We covered that last week. Radiometric dating of ash flows or lava flows or igneous rock is fatally flawed for lots of reasons. And I covered that last week. You're talking about potassium argon, rubidium strontium, lead-208, lead-206. Of course, you can't carbon date something like that. But you've been taught this, and you've been maybe educated in it even, and you should not have believed that. All radiometric dating has some very obvious...
Okay, Kent, how do you determine what to believe and what not to believe that you're being taught by people? What are the criteria for this? Go on. I'll be waiting for you to eventually explain how you actually are to believe or not to believe something. Because I'm pretty sure any criteria that makes sense in the rest of the universe happens to eliminate your magic sky daddy hypothesis.
Obvious assumptions. You don't know how much was in it when it started. You don't know that it's always decayed at the same rate. We know things that do affect the decay rate. I covered that last week. The solar sunspot cycle, the radiation from the sun changes during the sunspot cycle, which affects their decay rate of things down here. And you don't know that it's never been contaminated. You can't possibly know those things.
We have so many dates that are consistent from this area, and it just happens that those dates are where the dinosaurs are found. So it would be a huge coincidence that we could date something from 150 million years ago, go to that layer and find dinosaurs in that location. I just want to add okay, can I add one more thing real quick, Kent?
Before I lose my train of thought,
yeah, sure.
I'll let you keep talking, okay?
Sure.
I think if you went to a Muslim country, you would find all the articles that are written in peer-reviewed journals will say Muhammad was a great prophet. You don't.
That is literally not how scientific papers work. This is just fucking ridiculous. He's gonna bring up communism next as if that's anything. It's like, dude, what the fuck, man? Science isn't religion. Economics isn't fucking religion. Economics isn't science in the same way evolution is science. Like, they're very closely related, but it's not quite the same. Come the fuck on, dude.
Don't dare write anything else. So everybody agrees he was a great prophet. Therefore, he's a great prophet in their mind. I think you'll find you don't get peer
That's a
reviewed.
religious controlled environment.
Correct.
Where
And so is evolution. It's a
No, it's not, Kent. It's not a religion. It's not a controlled environment. Quit trying to reverse shit, because what you want is literally a fundamentalist Christian theocracy. That's all you want. That's all you and your ilk ever want. To be able to control everyone else through magic book says a thing and have power on high to rule as kings. And you're monstrous for that. You are true evil for desiring that to the degree that you do. So, here's another fuck you, Kent. Fuck you.
religion that people believe in, and you won't get anything published. If you went and dated something in the Morrison formation and it came back other than the accepted dates, it would not get published. They would say, I'm sorry, this is incorrect. We won't.
Oh, no, I'm definitely not saying that Joseph isn't, when you look at it objectively, an asshole. From the outside looking in, that you can see plenty. He and I are on okay terms. He hasn't been, given me any shit recently that I'm aware of. So I keep myself neutral on these things. But if there was anything else to come up, or if it was in a mixed environment somehow, like let's just say you and I were talking and they just popped into a stream on, on StreamYard or something, however the hell that might happen, and they just pop in, I'd be like, hey, what's your beef? You know what I mean?
Won't publish it. You would be
well,
banned from
you'd
the
have
channel.
to show me
I
that.
promise you.
You'd have to show
Okay.
me that data where somebody has made those measurements and dated that material, and
Oh,
come
okay.
up with different dates. But I wanted to add that we know that these dinosaurs died.
Yeah, sounds like a straight asshole. Perfect for Kent's ilk. Another super chat from Rosina. Kent, solar activity affects carbon-14 production, not radioactive decay rates. Exactly.
Along rivers and floodplains, because we also find frogs, salamanders, lizards, crocodiles, turtles, crayfish, and different animals like that also are found in river environments. And I want to know from your perspective, from the creationist perspective, or from a flood perspective, how the Morrison Formation was formed with all the dinosaur fossils.
Okay, there's been a lot of research by creationists on the Morrison Formation, many published articles in ICR.org and answersingenesis.org. They've done extensive research on that and explained it. The fact that it's quite obvious, as you said, these dinosaurs died in a flood. Now, whether it's a local flood or a worldwide flood, you can't tell. All we know is they died in a flood. That would fit perfectly with the biblical view. And if the pre-flood world had a canopy of ice over the top, like I believe, some creationists don't. Okay, I believe strongly there was a few inch thick layer of crystalline clear ice that would probably enhance the radio frequencies from the stars into music, like living inside of a stereo. You could hear.
What? What the fuck, Kent?
Strongly, there was a few inch thick layer of crystalline clear ice that would probably enhance the radio frequencies from the stars into music, like living inside of a stereo. You could hear the music of the stars.
So a 3-finger thick ice canopy would take radio waves from stars, act as a fucking tuner, convert them down to audible frequencies, and we would hear it. You guys know that if we were able to hear the sun, if there was enough of a medium for the sound to travel through, it would be something like 200 plus decibels. Like, it would be deafeningly loud. And just the sheer amount of constant vibration caused by that would have disrupted everything that we know of happening on the planet historically. It's like, can you imagine, as faint as it be, constantly hearing all these sounds from space just being broadcast from the sky constantly? It'd be fucking mind-numbing. And again, in that case, the sun, it would transmit its sound. So the sun would be screaming at us in fucking Dolby HD. It'd be like dying by THX, only worse. Fucking hell. Okay, I'm gonna let you decide, chat. Do we want to jump to the beginning of the next open mic, or do we want to stick on this one for a while? Because it looks like it just continues into a whole lot of random conversation and some more of Kent doing his bull. If there's like his dog slides in there somewhere, you know, it's just all his rhetoric. I'm not sure if necessarily if anyone else pops in again, or is this where dude pops in again? Oh yeah, here we go. Here's where dude pops in again. So we're gonna hop to that. So yeah, we're getting this.
Let's get one more caller and call back again. Or better yet, let's see, I forgot the name here. Brock, come down to visit Dinosaur Adventureland. We have an atheist visiting here for the couple of days. Jackson Rowe, been here a couple times. Going to stay great. Anybody can come.
Before I go, I would love to come, but I can't. I don't even have a car. I'm still in Oklahoma, so I can't just go to. Where are you, Florida?
It's just north of Pensacola, Florida, in Alabama, Lenox, Alabama.
Okay, we kind of wish we'd have gone the context beforehand, but dude, you don't know where Kent is. He says it in every single one of his goddamn streams. Are 70 miles north of Pensacola, because the entire center of the universe is Pensacola, Florida. That's where Jesus came to retire. I rent out his old room until, you know, my son stole it and my underwear from me. Hovind, Eric, give me back my underwear. Hovind.
Alabama.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll come if I can. Probably not.
You're welcome anytime.
I'll be up a good day.
Okay,
Sure.
thank you.
Oh shit, he was about to say something really stupid. Man. Oh man. Should have gone back. Oh, I should have stayed. Oh, well, I guess we'll just commit to Shirtless Alex Jones 2.0.
Okay, let's see. Do we have? Go ahead. Who's on the phone there?
Okay, this is Aaron Wilson. He was talking earlier about your degrees.
Aaron, forget the degree. Go to a new topic. If you don't like my degree,
No,
bad. I don't care if
so
you like my degree. Pick a new topic.
it has nothing to do about your degree. It has everything to do with how can you criticize something that you don't understand and you have no education in understanding because you don't even have a freaking bachelor's degree.
Shut him off for a second. How can you criticize me when you are stupid enough to believe you're related to a banana?
How can you criticize me with analysis on how the education system works when you're stupid? God, Kent, what are you, 5 years old?
Criticize me? I could have a kindergarten diploma and be smart enough to know God created this world. So you're again totally at ad hominem attack. Where's the science for evolution? I understand completely what they say. I understand real completely these charts that they put out, and they say a mutation is going to turn a protozoa to a whale. I'm sorry, that's not science. Now turn him back on if he can behave himself. This is my show.
Kent, can you behave yourself? Can you? Because if you came into one of my streams and talked the way you did, I'd kick you right the fuck out. After the shit with he who shall not be named, I'm fucking over tolerating creationist fucking idiocy. Full stop. It's just like, nope, I'm not gonna give you fuckers an inch. Because y'all are the kind of scum you think that we are.
You're welcome to get your own show. And if you don't like my degree, absolutely too bad. Don't care.
Well, I mean, it goes to show you can't do research methods.
Go on to a new topic, or we're going to shut you off.
Okay, so
don't talk about shit that I don't want to talk about.
Let's talk about the fact that it's really weird to talk down to scientists And people who actually have put the hard work in, let me finish my quick point, put the hard work in, demanding they provide you evidence when they really don't have to, and they really shouldn't, because you're.
This is true. I mean, they honestly shouldn't bother with this, because burden of proof is on you, Kent. Straight up on you. And the reason you cry about not seeing evidence revolution is so that you can shift the burden of proof to your magical sky daddy in your magic book of fairy tales, and your particular interpretation of such. So yeah, scientists don't owe you a goddamn thing, Kent. And I think the entire scientific community and the atheist community in general has given you more than your fair share of time, more than their fair share of time given to you to explain these things to you when you're so intentionally dishonest, so deceptive, so just scummy that you'll never even bother to listen, let alone actually be honest at all. Just waiting for keywords so you can continue spouting your script. And we all know you're full of shit, but something about us, I guess it's a human quirk, we think maybe one day you'll be better. And you constantly disappoint us. Guess it's just a flaw in us.
You're just going to complain either way. You're notorious for that, Kent. So what would you accept as evidence that would appease your fragile fucking ego?
Yes, and he drops the F-bomb there, and they were quick to react to that. Going back up to being here, I've heard planet sounds. Some of them aren't pleasant. People back then will be terrified. Yeah, Jupiter sounds pretty wild. Something fucking crazy is when you get a good pulsar, and it's got a high rotation, and we happen to be in the path of the beam emitted from it. Oh man, it's wild. Like you'll hear slow rotating ones, and it'll just be a weird little sort of almost radar-esque shoo, shoo. Then you get the faster spinning ones, and it sounds like, some kind of machine going. Then you get ones going at 3,000 or 4,000 hertz, and you get a 3,000 to 4,000 hertz, sine wave, relatively higher pitched tone, a nice higher pitched hum, and then you realize that's a goddamn neutron star spinning 4,000 times a second, emitting death beams of electromagnetic radiation blasting out through the cosmos. And we just happen to be far enough away to where it doesn't fry us, but still close enough that we can pick up a reasonable signal and catch this thing blinking on and off like that. It's absolutely fucking wild. But, universe made for humans because we're so special.
Adjective, you guys use it like an adjective. It's a verb. Think about it. Look it up. Anyway, so
think about it. Look it up. I'm sure you do a lot of times, along with animals in those search results as you look that up with that word. According to your alleged browser history, which, given your obsession with animal penises, I'd say is probably true. Fun fact: Jupiter has 75 plus moons. Did they all find other moons to get married to, and have babies with? Are they baby moons? Baby moons. Actually, shit, some of them might damn well be. Jupiter's such a gravitationally just crazy system. Some of the smaller moons could actually be ejecta from the other moons. How's it an adjective? Good question. I'm still trying to figure that out. Mapleson gifted 5 Karusu Tomato memberships. Yeah. Oh no, gay moons. Very gay moons. I wonder if this works. Let's see. Oh, it didn't work. I was trying to see if I could get the custom emoji to fire, but I guess in StreamYards it doesn't want to do it. I think it's supposed to be that. Tomato 1. So I just can't because he says stupid things. No, he won't get better. But, fuck is one of the most versatile words. You damn right it is. The Jupiter's penis is 10 miles long, okay? Oh. See, that's what it comes up with on my end, is that kind of formatting. So I don't see it in Stream. That's sad. I don't get it in StreamYard. Oh, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but now I'm a little bummed. I don't get to see it unless I go to the actual live stream. Oh well. So do we want to move to the beginning of the second one? And yes, grammar lessons from a guy who says evidences. I think we're going to do that. So let's go back. Behold, Kent's channel. Sunday morning service, Psalm 50. Hovind, is that fucker wearing a Christmas hat? That motherfucker is wearing a Christmas hat. And what the fuck is that over there? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
Folks, Ken Hovind here and the crew at Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. It is December the 20th, the day before.
Now, my understanding here is that he gets a little bent out of shape about his degree, so we're going to enjoy that as well before we hop on off. Gay Moon's t-shirt win. Hold up. Let me make a note of that. Dead serious. Merch. Need Gay Moons of Jupiter shirt. P.S. Fuck Kent Hovind. Okay. Let's continue.
For the shortest day of the year. Can somebody look up winter solstice, what time that happens tomorrow? Winter solstice.
You know, I still can't believe I actually have an audience and can maintain like 20-something viewers on the average stream on a fucking Sunday morning. So deviant. Think you'd actually say no? I am still surprised that you don't. Oh, man. And I've always been like this. It's so just weird that I was never able to find an audience till you find people. It just takes the right kind of people. Takes all kinds. God created the atheist community, and God said these guys are all right, but the Christians, they suck.
The time when we are as far away from the sun as we can get, and the shortest day you can have, and then it's...
Can't you fucking idiot? Seriously, he just said this.
If you look up winter solstice, what time that happens tomorrow? Winter solstice. The time when we are as far away from the sun as we can get, and the shortest day you can have, and then it starts to get longer after.
Kent, you did your hand like you were showing the axial tilt of the Earth, but you said furthest away from the sun we can get. When during the Northern Hemisphere's winter, Earth is in its closest position to the sun generally. It's a little further away in the summer up here than it is in the winter. It's the tilt that causes the climate change effect. You know, goes from being hot to being cold, less direct sunlight, more direct sunlight. Very understood phenomena. You're supposed to be a teacher. You're supposed to have been a teacher. You're supposed to have been a science teacher. And you're going to describe it like that. And you expect us to treat you or to respect you as any kind of authority on anything. You fucking idiot. You know, if we reach the 10 super chat goal, I'll be forced to do this for another hour. My honor demands it, unless I go commit seppuku, in the back. So, yeah. Let's see if we can reach that goal. Or if you don't want to punish me, then, you don't have to donate. But, I mean, yeah, I could use the money. Just saying. If not, that's cool too, though. But, right, let's actually get into this, all jokes aside.
After that. It used to be December 25th years ago, which is why they turned it into a pagan holiday. But, hey, Jesus was born, so celebrate Christmas. Okay, doesn't matter. We believe evolution is the dumbest and most dangerous religious cult in the history of the world. Prove me wrong. Come on, bring it on. Okay, we have 12 days of Christmas.
Ursula, I'm glad I can make you laugh. That's the goal. I've always wanted to just make people laugh. Preferably at what I say and the comedic value it has and not directly at me. So, still, what I say, you may be laughing because I stumble over my words all the time, and thus you'd still be laughing at me, and all my childhood trauma's coming back. Nah. It's okay if I chill for a sit, don't be rude, and promote another. No, that's all fine. I mean, no. Now, our Kent or Guild Wars, pick your poison. Hey, love Guild Wars. Love me some Guild Wars. 12 monkeys, the most dangerous cult in the world. 12 monkeys. What are they? What are they, a band?
Today's the 20th. We got
Are they chasing Zelda with AJ?
a couple more days to go on the 12 days of Christmas. Come on down and join us. For some of all of our Christmas days. If you don't have family, come on down. We'll be your family. We had quite a Thanksgiving dinner, a bunch of people there. And need a family, come join us. I'll take that one right there, okay?
Can't making the same joke he made last time. He can't just, speed this shit along.
L is looking for...
He always loves to refer back to his older videos on topics, even though he goes through them ad nauseum in his slides. But he won't go back to, original videos. He won't decide that, see the December 12th video on what we're doing around here, and just move forward with his announcements. He's terrible at everything he does, except scamming people. And even then, he still kind of sucks at it.
Great cook. Grantham and Jesse are doing a great job. Let's see. Is Grantham extension 0? Do you know? Anybody know? I need to make a list. It's either that or 4. Call somebody, will answer. 855 Big Dino. If you want to get an application.
You literally went through your extensions the previous day. You wrote shit down. What were you doing? Drawing a whale penis? Because you obviously didn't write down anything useful. What the fuck is the point of that pencil and paper next to you, buddy? The fuck are you doing? Can you even write? Hell, Kent, after that one thing, I'm wondering how literate you actually are.
To see about coming to be the cook at DAL. He's doing a great job, he and his wife, but they've got other things. They brought him here to be
To be fair, that impression is directly stolen from AJ. It's infectious. I'm glad you like it, though. I'm glad I can perform it to adequate standards to make people laugh. And it's crazy he doesn't think the world is flat. Seriously. My only hypothesis to that is that Kent grew up during the space race, watched the Apollo program and stuff, didn't care enough to really memorize it or make it a focus. He instead thought, magical fairy tale was the better idea. But he cared enough about it and was as marveled enough by it in his youth to for it to cement in his mind that the world is round. And once he got into religion and saw the books, the Bible, his literal interpretation started to become a thing, he still found a way to work around it, because that's the great thing about a poorly written magic storybook from thousands of years ago. He can make it say whatever the hell you want.
Signs and artwork, and have had him busy cooking ever since he got here. So please call us.
What common YouTube advertisers should sponsor Kent? Established titles and BetterHelp. Those should be the ones. Those would be the ones to sponsor him. He'd be the only person who'd agree with established titles and shit. Now, oh sure, okay, I'll do it.
We'll see if you can. Let's see. The idea of getting the diploma mill degrees has really backfired, hasn't it, Ken?
Here we go. He is pissed about this. He loves to talk about people living rent-free in his head. Tell me we're all not having a big old party up in that vast cave of nothingness.
From John Slanderer. Okay, John, listen to me. I don't have a diploma mill degree. If you don't like my degree, you don't have to call me.
Yes, you do, Kent. The place is a diploma mill. It's defined as a diploma mill. Get over it.
Kent, call me doctor, call me Bubba, call me Kent, call me whatever you want. But stick to the topic. But since this is all they've got is ad hominem attacks, I said I'm going to put together some stuff on the degree. Let's see. What is this slide number here I'm on?
Slide number 666, which contains the entire text of the Book of Chris, which has not been written yet, which means, Kent, if you were to have the entire Book of Chris, that would mean that God has given you the Book of Chris before it even delivered it to me, the one who is destined to write it, which would mean your deity is real, and that the Book of Chris will be divinely inspired, as opposed to just whatever the fuck I come up with, and I'm just going to say it's divinely inspired. Also, sadly, I still have not started on the Book of Chris, even though I promised that I'm going to start on it. Maybe in January. Maybe.
Slide number 27. I'll come back to that. Okay. 27. There. Okay. Okay. Do you have a degree?
Okay, yeah, Deviant, guys, yeah, everyone in the chat, definitely, when you get a chance, go check that out at Smeared with Soot 6362. I know you two interact heavily. I've seen Soot pop in here from time to time and pop up in AJ's stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make note of that. I'm actually gonna, as ghetto as it is, just screenshot this literally and be like, okay, make note, go back and check that video out.
It doesn't matter to me at all. I'm not impressed by degrees. But here's some thoughts to consider for those who care. You have the right to face your accuser.
I really don't know that much about Kent. There's other people who know way more than me, who are way more invested in this, can memorize who he had what interaction with at what time, could produce documentaries or at least, provide a sort of timeline of events way better than I could. I just have a bit of a knack for figuring people out sometimes, once I've really, really sort of had the chance to get inside their head in a sense. It takes a while, but usually I can crack into stuff, it seems. Hasn't always been the best thing in my life.
Accusers, it's a great American tradition. I will clearly answer the question, but experience shows that when a skeptic begins to attack me personally, it's evident they cannot answer my points about.
Yeah, the degree is absolutely irrelevant. That's the hilarious thing about it. It only becomes relevant because he insists on it being relevant, while simultaneously it not being right, valid. It's just wild. Hey, so Kettle, yeah, no problem. I'm seriously finally gonna have to make a note to go and definitely check your stuff. It's the way YouTube is. I'll see a name, I'll remember, I fucking forget, and then YouTube's just like, oh, this person was in your chat, but you don't need to see their videos. Their videos don't matter. They only support you. They only come and comment, and they're a creator as well. But we're not going to show you their stuff. Instead, we're going to make sure that you get bombarded by fucking whatever random shit. Oh, you watched a video on a lolcow? Here's 20 other lolcow documentaries. You watched a video on some, true crime stuff? Here you go. You get the basic white girl true crime package. All the serial killers you couldn't give a fuck less about. All because you watched one piece on Jeffrey Dahmer. I mean, I've actually been watching a lot of stuff recently in those realms, so it actually makes sense for you to be suggesting me that stuff. But you get what I mean.
About evolutionism, and the evolutionism. The ism goes on evolution, not creation. Okay.
Yeah, Kent has been pretty straightforward for me to sort of figure out, and I'm not the one doing all the brunt work for what I've been able to discern. It's been everyone, me paying attention to others who follow him more, but putting all the pieces together, that we know he's a narcissist. And the comments we get in here, where even I'll give him benefit of the doubt, but people in the side chat will still be like, no, he knows he's full of shit. It's like you can easily begin to pick at these the tiny facets, the little stuff that no one else really has had maybe an opportunity to bring up. I guess that's where I specialize in the Kent criticism, in just pointing out where, like for this, it's obvious he's butthurt, but just how badly is he? Because he knows this is a serious jab at his credibility and tears down a whole wing of the house of cards he's built his ministry up on.
They're often seeking to draw attention away from their own silly religion. PhD, Doctor of.
Yeah, that's exactly it. What purpose does Kent's degree even serve beside giving him false legitimacy? He doesn't need it for his job. That's all it is. That is all it is to make himself seem like he knows what he's talking about, that he's more educated than the average person, and ergo should be seen as an authority. He's created an appeal to himself being an authority. And it's a subtle technique because he acts humble about it, yet every book and every single aspect of his presence online and in published media is Dr. Kent Hovind. People call him Doc. Let me tell you, he wasn't calling himself Doc back when he was 20, It's just... Get one on Carl Tanzler. No idea who Tanzler is. In academia, you do not pay for your doctorate. You are paid. You're hired by the institution to teach and do your research. If you have to pay, that's a big red flag. Which brings up an interesting point. My 5 PhDs, I did not have to pay for. So one could argue they are more legitimate than Kent's PhDs. I should double check what my 5 PhDs are in. I'll do that. His degree is a misdirect from his attempts at cult leader. So also love the rant, right up my alley. Oh yeah, not even. I know. As silly as it sounds to say, I know you're all, you're right in my zone of getting me, which is what it is with all you guys out there. Y'all definitely get me, and I hopefully get y'all on the same level. You're all cool people, and I'm glad you find me interesting and fun, and I can provide an opportunity to get some level of in-depth Ken Hovind bullshit that you can also interact with in this case, and just have fun. And yeah, he's got doctor on the screen, Sydney. Exactly. He's got doctor in every fucking thing, because that's just how he fucking operates. Well, I agree with Hovind. He does not argue on a molecular level that makes criticizing him irrelevant. Fair to say, Atangelo. Thank you for being here, by the way. Underwater basket weaving. That's the one the Navy recommends. Hell yeah.
Philosophy. That's all it means, okay? Who has the right to grant that title? Can they do it in Muslim countries? Can they do it in Hindu countries? Who has the right? Patriot University in Colorado started in 1980.
It's always got to be religious majority nations. He can't, say it as in, in this branch of accepted academia in these particular countries, irrespective of religious majorities, what have you, everything's religion to him.
They gave me the Doctor of Philosophy degree in 1991, my first degree. And let's see, they were part of Hilltop Baptist Church. There's their phone number. It was. I've probably changed now with all the cell phone stuff. Patriot University, that was their number.
If they're smart, they wouldn't change their number. If all they're using is a cell phone and they risk losing the number because of lapses in cell phone plan or changing carriers, they're not a pretty good business. Pretty damn sure most places have kept the same number, save for cases through, we're talking in the 40s and the 50s on up into the 70s and 80s and this is a hobby of mine, telephony, the old telephone switching network, where the equipment was physically changed to a point where renumbering was actually the better solution for one reason or another. A friend of mine who passed on, he actually lived in Florence, Alabama. So the northern half, the good half of Alabama. And I was looking up stuff I could find relevant to his childhood, his old address and stuff, seeing his old house. Me and him were pretty cool. And he was an older gentleman, old enough to be my dad. So it was kind of a nice, a bonding experience, if that makes sense. Just like, oh, man, yeah, this is cool. I get to learn something about you, man. Cool. Because my dad's a run out, shocker alert. Curse tomatoes. Dad was a fucking run out. Hovind. That's why he's angry at God. No, my dad was a smart one, but we're not getting into all that. Point is, I found old phone books because they were archived, and I could actually see where the phone number went from 383, which was actually my office code as a kid, switched to, I think, 731, when they would have switched from step-by-step equipment in the 3 sections around the river, so the classic stuff the rotary dial was designed for, to crossbar switching, which still used a rotary dial but was a different mechanism. You could see it happen, and that's when numbers change. So my point is, normally you try to keep numbers consistent because that's just good. In this case, if he's talking about that was the number in 1990, it probably wouldn't have changed, again, unless they were somehow using cell phones or switched specifically to cell phone, in which case they're pretty damn pathetic-ass business, if you ask me. That's where I was getting with all that. Sorry, you get me talking about stuff I'm really into, BBS tech, old phone network and stuff. I could go on all fucking day. So I love this shit.
From FAQ on my website, when I graduated from Patriot, it was a Christian university in Colorado Springs that offers an external studies program for people involved in full-time ministry. In other words, if you're full-time work serving the Lord someplace, you don't have to go there to go to school. You can do it by correspondence, which is common in the education world. Patriot, established 1980, is an extension of Hilltop Baptist Church and offered a PhD in education. I spent many years working on my degree, and I learned a lot, as anyone who has watched my debates with evolutionists or seminars will testify. After completing the courses needed, it was time for my dissertation. I asked them what they would like me to research and write on. They said that this creation seminar.
Thanks, TJ. Yeah, that one still kind of affects me because he's a guy I worked with at the game store I used to work at, and he and I, like I said, were actually getting really close. We had really bonded as friends, and it was almost more. It really almost was more paternal. Felt kind of nice. Actually having a decent male role model in my life. I mean, he was a goofball. That's where I got half my, a big chunk of my comedy from. He's a cool guy. Yeah, it was a congestive heart failure. Actually, the same thing that took out my other friend who passed away on me that I had to find when I told that story. Sorry, this just became dark stream. But yeah, it's shit happens in life. And you sadly just have to move forward, but never forget the people you care about. That's the key thing right there.
I had been doing for years in all 50 states and 37 foreign countries already, had years of research and was available on videotape, but not in print.
No, I never had the opportunity. That'd be multi-frequency signaling, usually playing 2600 hertz to get the long-distance trunk to go back on hook, then go off hook, and then at that point, the register on the usually 4A or possibly later on 4E equipment would be waiting for you to send the MF signals. Yeah, I've never had the opportunity to do that on live equipment because I was born in '85, so most of that was all dead by the time I even had a chance of being able to remotely play around with any of it. I mean, some of the hobby networks, you can do that. There's Project MF, and FreakNet has some functionality built into that. I've tried getting it to work on my end and my switches, but no dice. But yeah, but I mean, I've got like the right app on my phone for it, and if you dial into my phone system, I'll have to link to that somewhere sometime. You'll hear MF signals as you make calls around the network. It's pretty well simulated to what it was. But again, I could spend all day talking about phones.
Form. They asked if I would transcribe my seminar, tweak it, and submit it to make it available in book form and to be easier to translate into foreign languages. It was done in 42 languages. So I did. I started off, hello.
It was done in 42 languages, just like my wife's. I don't know. Okay, so my degrees from Abide University are a Doctor of Philosophy in Economicals, a Doctor of Philosophy in Earthology, a Doctor of Philosophy in Skeptology, Doctor of Philosophy in Rockology, and a Doctor of Philosophy in Generic Studies. So, one in Economicals, Earthology, Skeptology, so gotta have that one for skepticism, Rockology, because I know how to fucking rock, and Generic Studies, which means I literally have a PhD in knowing shit. I am more qualified than Kent Hovind.
Oh, my name is Kent Hovind because that is my name, and that's how my seminar starts. Some of the atheists laugh at that. You shouldn't start a dissertation that way. I don't care how you.
Yeah, because it's ridiculously unprofessional. You have no idea what a dissertation even actually is. I'm pretty damn convicted if I get to the point of having all the little OCD quirks about me and my interests just feed right into just cranking out some incredibly depth-filled works on things that interest me. And I still fear the idea of writing an actual dissertation. I'm not even in college. I will probably never go to any college courses that will end up requiring that. Because my other PhDs, man, they were the easy ones. Just as easy as yours. A lot cheaper, too. But yeah, your dissertation is a load of shit. And if you were to even attempt to write a real one, it'd be laughed at to oblivion.
You think it ought to be started. That's what they told me to do, is transcribe the seminar. So if you don't like it, too bad. I really don't care at all what you think, okay? Anyway, Long after I graduated, Patriot relocated its extension division to College Heights Baptist Church in Alamosa, Colorado, where it continues to thrive today. Patriot now offers a Doctor of Ministry degree rather than a PhD because the state of Colorado asked them to make the change to emphasize the religious nature of their institution. That was long after I graduated and got mine, okay? Some ill-informed, call them stupid, scoffers have circulated a picture of the church parsonage next to the church, which has the same address, and claim this is where Patriot is now located. First place, I've never been there, didn't have anything to do with me. They moved there long after I graduated. I don't understand their twisted logic, but evidently they think this somehow discredits me. Some have ridiculed the size of the school. You know, how many students did they have? It would be.
That is absolutely insane, Tyler. Guess Ty caught the blades of a step switch. Oh, man. Damn. That. I can imagine ways. I feel like the equipment should give, but it just depends on where exactly in the step-by-step linkages and such it would have hit. Oh, that is brutal right there. That is brutal.
Be interesting to see the look on the scoffer's face if they knew the size of the schools many of our early presidents, congressmen, and military leaders graduated from or flunked out of and didn't even get a degree. If Harvard offers a PhD with only 3 or 4 students, and this happens at many schools, sometimes 1 or 2 students in the PhD program, does the small number automatically mean they're not earning their degree or that they are attending a diploma mill because they'll just have a few students? Is that what it means? Of course not. Hundreds of colleges and universities offer classes by correspondence or via.
Deviant Outcast making a wonderful statement here in that in Sweden, university is a protected designation. There are qualifications that need to be met. Also, doctor and PhD are protected titles because words have meanings. And while dictionaries are descriptive and not prescriptive, the fact that words have meanings and have immediate connotations and understanding when used means that certain words with higher value in particular cases definitely need to be protected in some way or another from misuse and misadaptation.
Via the web, there's nothing wrong with this. I work very hard for my degree. I don't know if others do or not. Patriot has about 25 graduates each year, 3 to 5 of which are getting doctorate degrees.
Oh no, Kent's shape might well be a rhombus. I don't know.
My 30-year study on the creation evolution-ism subject led me to start creation science evangelism in 1991.
Oh yeah, and got to be petty with the creation evolutionism. It's like it's the other way around, dumbass.
I now speak over, actually got up to 900 times a year. I've had 379 debates, many at universities, and have been a guest on over 5,000 radio and television talk shows. My itinerary is available from my office, drdino.com. Any evolutionist interested in a public debate is welcome to contact me to arrange a time while I'm in their area to be held at any public place.
Okay, come on up to Memphis. You and me at the Walmart I used to work at. Just right there in the middle. Why not?
See my website for details. Since some think I don't have a legitimate degree, they can call me Kent, Mr. Hovind, or even Hey You.
Isn't the point, and that's a deflection from what the point actually is.
If it'll make them feel better. Since they don't think I'm properly educated, it should be easy for them to demonstrate how wrong I am and how much evidence there is for evolution. Please, bring it on.
No, Kent, we're done trying to prove how wrong you are. You need to prove how right you are. You need to fucking defend creation. End of story. This reversal is a load of shit. And that's part of why I don't want to bother debating your ass, debate in air quotes, is because all you want is someone to defend evolution. Fuck that. Defend your bullshit. And do it without being a petty little bitch.
I should be a pushover, but I'm willing to debate them and run the risk of publicly embarrassing myself. If you would like names of scientists who support the young Earth creation position.
Yes, I was wondering whether Kent would be a right, acute, or obtuse triangle. I'm definitely agreeing with obtuse. Anyone able to measure Kent out here? I mean, you got to do some phantom lines, so you'd have to have it go up from his left arm there on the right up towards the peak of the Dinosaur Adventureland sign, then have it arc back down. But if someone could actually calculate that angle, that'd be pretty cool.
You may want to contact the Institute for Creation Research, ICR.org. They can supply you with a list, a long list. I only claim to have many years of experience in studying the subject and the common sense to know that the universe is too complex to have happened without an incredibly smart.
I'm gonna be honest, I ain't seen a good Walmart in my entire life. At least not this millennium. Maybe back in the 90s, some of them were cool. Otherwise, yeah, they all straight booty.
Designer, whom I happen to know as my savior, by the way. Darwin's only degree was in theology. Yet he's called a great scientist, isn't he? Only degree. And his dad.
Nah, I'm gonna be the bigger man and whip Kent's ass. He's the biggest child at all of Walmart. But my book says 6,000 years, Hovind. Tough shit, Kent. You're wrong. Dumbass ape, bend the fuck over. I'm beating your ass with this goddamn hunting rifle. And you know what? You're gonna thank me for the privilege, motherfucker. I don't know. I'm losing my mind here.
With his theology degree, he still couldn't get a job. So his dad pulled a few strings with some friend of his who had a ship going to sail around the world and said, would you let my boy ride along for 5 years so you can feed him? He was
as he lies about Darwin, because that's what he has to go to. Because one, he thinks everyone worships Darwin, when honestly, you know, as interesting an idea as the guy came up with that proved to be valid and then some, really honestly don't give a flying fuck about Charles Darwin in the grand scheme. Doesn't fucking matter to me. Like, just doesn't. So Kent thinks we worship him when, you know, at least I know I fucking don't. Sure, none of y'all do. But it also has to be the petty ass shit that every idiot out there seems to do, where like, nuh-uh, but what about? The classic what aboutisms for, you know, kind of a too cold quick case where it's like, but this guy and this guy, if it's not a direct but you. So, meh.
Paid naturalist on board the HMS Beagle, okay? Because he was a loser at everything he did. Who and what determines who gets to be called a scientist, and why don't these scoffers put the same effort into correcting textbooks that call Reverend Darwin a scientist? Why don't you call him Reverend Charles Darwin, the only degree he got?
Well, see, Ken Hovind's skull is specially evolved to protect the tiniest brain possible. So the vast majority of it is just solid rock. We call it ignoranium. And yeah, I know we call it anium and not ite. And it's rock, but you know, we're creationists, so we don't know what the fuck to call anything. So it's ignoranium, and it protects his brain from any kind of actual useful information. And that's the beauty of it.
As Henry Morris pointed out, it's worth noting that almost none of the leaders of the evolutionary revival had been trained as scientists in the modern sense.
Yeah, this is literally an ad hom from a man who loves to call every other claim out as an ad hom. This man sure is an expert on actually doing them.
None were educated as physicists or chemists or biologists or geologists or astronomers or other natural sciences.
That needs to be another shirt. Adapt or die. Charles Darwin, probably. I need to make that, and I need to make these shirt ideas we're coming up with.
As already noted, Charles Darwin himself was an apostate divinity student whose only degree was in theology. Charles Lyell was a lawyer, William Smith a surveyor, James Hutton an agriculturalist, John Playfair a mathematician, Robert.
Yeah, Mapleson. I do need to pop back and double check that. Dr. Dapper Dino does put out some pretty cool stuff out there. And Kent's dissertation talks about how fat Darwin's father was. Yeah, I heard that part right over when Peterson had the AI voice read through it. And I was like, what? Like, seriously?
Robert Chambers, a journalist. Those are the key guys that brought us this stupid religion of evolution. Alfred Russel Wallace had little formal education of any kind, with only a brief apprenticeship.
From Sootkittle, Darwin, 5 years traveling around the world. Kent, 9 years in jail. Who is the loser? Ignoranium is my new favorite unobtainium. Hell yeah. It serves no practical use. Like, it's dense, but It doesn't make for good protection against radiation, against stupid. It's toxic. What else? What else about it? Oh yeah, for some reason, even though it's so fucking dense, it simultaneously has no mass or very little rest mass. So the one positive thing is you can almost accelerate it to the value c, because I'm sick and tired of everyone saying speed of light when they mean c. Those are two different things that happen to coincide under certain conditions. Don't get me started on that. But yeah, ignoranium is a load of bullshit. That's why it's an only known source is inside of Kent's head.
In surveying, Thomas Huxley had an indifferent education in medicine. Herbert Spencer received practically no formal education except some practical experience in railroad engineering. Thomas Malthus was a theologian and an economist. Erasmus Darwin, Charlie's dad, was a medical doctor and a poet. Of all the chief contributors to the revival of evolutionism commonly associated with Charles Darwin, only Jean Lamarck in France and Ernst Haeckel in Germany seem to have had a bona fide education in the branch of evolutionary science that they pursued. They had their own particular anti-Christian agendas to promote. See the book, The Law.
Yes, claims of conspiracy. Also, this motherfucker is 9 minutes in and he's going on about this. Beautiful.
Long War Against God.
It's cliche to say, but this man is so fucking triggered. Oh.
ICR.org has that one. Haeckel and Lamarck pushed wildly wrong lies to support evolution. Ernst Haeckel made up the stupid embryology idea. They're still teaching it today, proven wrong in 1874. So I have an earned PhD from a non-accredited university. Thousands of scientists, as well as major world leaders, had no degrees of any kind. Thousands of major universities offer degrees by distance learning, internet.
Kent, did Darwin say that his degree made him an authority? Or did he just figure out stuff, pass the info to others after writing his book, and they were like, oh yeah, this kind of works? No, it's all conspiracy, though. You just missed the point completely. From the man who tells everyone else they're missing the point, it's just super rich.
Correspondence, there's nothing wrong with this. So I earned a PhD. I have a list. Let's see. Was it Rutgers? They're not accredited. Huh. Rutgers University, not accredited. Interesting. Maybe there's an upstairs office.
Here we go with the other petty shit, is archive of random photos that are different colleges or college-related stuff, and make them look like shit, and so that's why my degree's all better. Bro, try harder.
Office someplace up a little stairway, and at Rutgers University where they offer the PhD program. Wow. Rutgers Continuing Education, a little tiny office at the top of the stairs. Is that?
Yep, triggered enough to develop a PowerPoint presentation on it, and yes, 9 minutes now, like 10 minutes in, we are most definitely in hell. We're in the 4th layer of hell currently, which oddly enough, the walls are insulated by, you guessed it, what was that stuff I came up with earlier? Fuck, I already done forgot. Ignoranium. Yeah. So be careful.
I mean, they don't get a legitimate degree. Thousands of people who attend classes in universities cheat, lie, or bribe their way to a degree. Getting a degree from an accredited university does not guarantee any level of intelligence or accuracy of beliefs. Science has a long history of teaching things that are wrong. If you don't like my degree, call me Kent, hey you, and let's get back to.
Science also has this incredible penchant that it seems like nothing else happens to have when it's contested against science, to correct itself. Because it isn't creationists correcting hoaxes. At least, I want to say most of the time. Certainly not based on their creationist principles, if any of them do. There's an example of that. So, yeah. Don't at me. Science is a self-correcting process, and the great thing about it, the sucky thing and the great thing at the same time, is that science is a bunch of people trying to prove each other wrong. That's why we all do experiments over and over and over. And I said this in a previous video, that everyone tries to replicate the process as written down and find out if there's possibly a flaw in the methodology or if the results were just plain incorrect. And if the experiment was, done correctly, to where there's not outside influences causing a problem versus the control. Person recreates it and gets the same results. That's another data point saying, yeah, whatever this quandary we have is, this is probably the solution to it.
The evolution issue. If I were desperate, I could travel to universities around.
Like, science isn't that hard of a thing to understand. I have trouble articulating it because I have a particular way I think about it and want to articulate it that I haven't quite worked out. Because unlike you, I don't spend my whole life working on a goddamn script that I just repeat ad nauseum. Because I couldn't imagine a worse life than just saying the same shit over and over and over and over and over. Give me something new, for fuck's sake. Unlike you. I don't know. I'm fried here. Forget where I was going. Something about, oh yeah, it's not that complicated, but like everything, it's got nuance. It's always the key word, nuance.
Around the world and take pictures of the converted janitor's closet they now use to operate their correspondence school. Give the secretary a desk and a keyboard. And I could get the names of all those who got a degree.
Also, no, I'm not ignoring the fact that he's just snorting back snot constantly, rather than actually bothering to do the decent thing and blow his nose, preferably off mic, preferably off camera. Or I'll take anything to solve this problem.
Free from there, put a picture of the closet on my website and send letters to places where the graduates were speaking and try to discredit them in some way. So back to the topic here. Let's see. 27, enter. Yeah.
Kent is over 9,000 years out of date.
So I don't even know where my diploma is. It's not hanging on my wall anyplace. Billy, do you know where it is? Might be in that blue trailer out there, the storage trailer. It doesn't matter to me. It's not okay. Call me Kent. Okay.
Heavily admitting to being desperate here. You are right.
Let's see. Next one. Kent always makes my evening. It's so nice knowing that God watching over me with a plan. I couldn't imagine living an empty, unfulfilled life of an atheist. No hope, no purpose, no direction. I pray they'll find their way to the Lord one day. Me too.
Give me just a sec. I'm finishing up my my lunch, basically. Okay, good. Kent said nothing of value there. That's just an asshole move from the commenter, talking about us not having any purpose in our lives. We've got plenty of purpose. All of you do as well. We find our own purpose in life, and that's the beautiful thing. We figure out what we want to do. And generally speaking, we all have a desire to do something. I'm providing this entertainment for y'all. I also enjoy quite a few, games, various pieces of media, movies, music. I'll consume a lot of media, sure, but I also try to create stuff, share my opinions on things for whatever value they may have for people. That's my thing. That's what I do. And thankfully, I found a group that can appreciate that finally. Because Lord knows gamers are a bunch of fuckwits. But, to act like you have to have some magic sky daddy and some fairy tale to have any value in your life is so pathetic. Because it's an admission that they have no actual goals in themselves, no value in themselves. They have to put it onto something else, their imaginary friend. It's fucking pathetic. I would pity them, but I don't have the energy to do that anymore. I long ago stopped caring. If people want to be that miserable, that's their own problem. I'm happy as fuck, and I don't need no God to be that way. I mean, okay, I'm not really, but, in moments like this, from hanging out with you guys, it's great. Don't need a God to sit there and give myself any kind of joy. If I wanted to lie to myself, I'd just lie to myself. Not make up imaginary friends and imaginary enemies. I don't get it. I think it's just petty assholes. That's what religion breeds.
The guy at 12 minutes heard that voice before. If you hate Kent so bad, stop watching. I agree. That guy, he was upset last night, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's a matter of you still saying the shit you are and trying to do the things you try to do. We're completely in the right for trying to contest you. Because the things you actually want would directly affect our lives. Those of us here in the U.S. at least, if not further abroad. And the fact that people internationally can feel the way they do about you and go after you the way they do is a fascinating demonstration of just how absolutely dog shit you are as a person.
And so many of these people, they think they're tough by swearing and using the F word. Guys, that is a verb, not an adjective.
Fuck, fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, the fuck, 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 fucking, fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck. Fuck you, fuck your wife, fuck your first wife, fuck your second wife. Cindy's cool. Fuck your kids, fuck your mom, fuck your dad, fuck your little church, fuck your fucking cult compound, fuck your Jeeps, fuck your side-by-sides that you used to have, fuck your Ark, fuck your fucking van, fuck Pensacola, fuck Linux, fuck young earth creationism, fuck Christianity. How about that, Kent? Should I throw a few more fucks in there? Fuckity fuck, fuck you.
Learn some English. Duh.
From the guy who can't read for shit, that's a compliment, telling someone to learn some English.
I don't understand how stupid you can get. How do they get that stupid so fast?
Oh no, you tell us, Ken, because you're the master of dropping IQ points by the second.
Okay. Torture Tuesday. Love Kent Hovind. The other day I was showing the non-Christian kids at the group home I work at his material because they're learning evolution lies at school. And I warned them about the lies and showed them the lies in the textbooks video, which you can get my whole seminar series, $50. Number 4 is lies in the textbooks. I highly recommend if you can public school students, watch that one. Okay. The kids again today were begging me to watch more Kent Hovind. So we watched the video 100 Reasons Why Evolution is Wrong. Actually, the title is 100 Reasons Evolution is Stupid. The kids couldn't stop laughing. They thought Kent Hovind had really good jokes, and they went to...
Your kids are fucking stupid. And Tyler, yeah, totally forgot to put that in. Also, Kent, fuck your science center. It's fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid. Anyone who thinks they learn anything from there is obviously fucking stupid. Go eat a dick. Welcome to Memphis, motherfucker.
School today, challenging everyone who believes in evolution, asking people if they think their ancestors were rocks. And you guys do believe you came from a rock.
If Ken Hovind was a Pokemon, his only move would be it hurt itself in its confusion. It wouldn't even have an actual attack. His turn would come up and it'd just be it hurt itself in its confusion.
Tomorrow we're going to be watching the Berkeley debate. That's one of the many debates I've done. Okay? Any question? Anybody that comes in, brother, let me know. I've got one more.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? All right. And I'll leave my headphones if somebody comes in.
Fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck. Look at Kent Hovind go.
I think. Okay. Let's see. Brother Hovind gave that hostile caller the smackdown and put him in the sin bin.
Oh my God, like getting blocked from Ken Hovind's fucking restream or whatever the fuck it is such a big fucking punishment. No one cares, Kent. Your little sicko fan sucking you off is just fucking hilarious. Oh my God. He's you just you're getting second wind here, people.
Okay. Are you talking about the guy asking about Kent's degree? I don't know what that is. Brock. Yes, he called in a few times now with the open mic. He needs to learn some manners. Correct. Kent's degrees come from windmill universities. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Talking about people calling in need to learn manners when Kent talks the way he does about people. Seriously. You're seriously not that aware. You just come the fuck on. I wonder how many times I said fuck so far in this video. And we'll find out. What was I going to say? There was something I was going to say. Oh, yeah. So, time for everyone to learn something here. All right. As I am fully open about, I am from Memphis, Tennessee. I live in Memphis, Tennessee. There is a word here popularized by the rap group 3-6 Mafia. There is a term here that simply means thing. It is the word junt. J-U-N-T. I may have said it in some cases in a live stream. If not, you are now familiar with that word. Also, fun fact, cul-de-sacs here, and for some reason only in Memphis, from my understanding, happen to commonly be called coves. So, the little street that ends in sort of a circular area, Grove Street from GTA San Andreas, cul-de-sac, it's always called a cove here. some reason. I'm not sure if it's called that in other places in America, but that's a random thing. But we're focusing on the word junt, J-U-N-T, which means thing. Ken Hovind's degree. The degree would be junt in the statement, that junt is fucking worthless. So Ken Hovind, your junt-ass degree is fucking worthless. And see, I already used it in a strange way, because that's the beauty of urban vernacular, is that you can be very, very flowerful with it. Very flowing. Very creative in the way you structure things together. Because I just turned junt into a negative. Yet it can also be a positive. Toss that junt over here. Hell yeah, bring me some of that junt. English is funny like that. It's fluid. And while I am a bit of a Nazi about some grammatical oddities, I'm trying to relax myself on it, but only insofar as it doesn't cause outright confusion, or I feel better words would suffice. So, there's a mix and match. Just got to find the level I'm comfortable at this stage in my life. But language is fluid, Kent. People can say whatever the fuck they want as long as they're getting their meaning across in the end. And because you don't have to like a word, get the fuck over it, grow a pair, stop crying because someone said a magically blacklisted set of sounds. Just grow up. Fuck.
Wait, Mario Brothers. Call me Kent. Call for a debate. You have some evidence for evolution. I started off, let's see, let's say at the very beginning here, home. Oh, no, let's see, 1, 2, there. Evolution is the dumbest and most dangerous religious cult in the history of mankind. Prove me wrong. Call in. Bring some questions in.
Yes, Sydney. The junt is junk. That would be something someone would say here. Usually structured more like that junt is junk. Or possibly this junt be junk, depending on how someone prefers to use the certain, prepositions, is it? Fuck, I can't even remember anymore. Typical urban slang. But yeah, congratulations. You are one step closer to sounding like a Memphis native.
Any more there, brother?
Well, so we had Caleb yesterday. You talked to him quite a bit. He said,
Oh, we had Caleb yesterday. You talked to him quite a bit.
if he gets home and charges up his phone, he'd love to call back in. So,
Okay. Well, you better be in the next few minutes because I've had a long day and I'm beat.
yes, sir.
I had to actually work today, brother.
Yes, sir. You heard that? They're supposed to be so friendly up there, but they get a yes, sir. Like, you got to be all proper with Kent.
I do that. I think I do that every day, pretty much. Let's see. Let's see. Somebody, I got look at the comments on that show last night.
Okay, look at. Come on, Kent. Structure your thoughts. I'm more eloquent than this, and I'm a babbling idiot. What does that make you?
You can't see it. I should have cut and pasted it to a PowerPoint, but it's the evolutionists who monetize their channels. They ride on Kent's channel coattails to make their content for them to make a living.
Oh no, it's not like Kent doesn't sit there and do his shitty ass videos mocking other stuff, taking stuff from, doesn't matter if it's like BBC Science, PBS, fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson, Mythbusters, Adam Savage, doesn't fucking matter, AJ, Simon Dan, etc. Kent doesn't at all do content based on what they do in their videos. What the fuck? Welcome to the modern internet, motherfucker. Her reaction channels are fucking king. Well, I mean, not really. It's also not the modern internet. People have been doing this shit forever on the internet in one way or another, but this is how shit works, Kent. And yeah, people should make money for their time when they're doing something like this. And it has nothing to do with the channel monetization or lack thereof, Kent, even though super chats are a thing you can get, so your channel is monetized to at least that degree. As discussed earlier, it's all the other things that come with it. You selling your DVDs, your slides, etc. You wanting donations. That's all still you getting money. Because like every preacher, You're in it for the money. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had the millions in net worth that you did have when you were arrested. It's easily like a couple of million, I'm sure. You wouldn't have had those large sums of money to need to be concerned about structuring your tax or your withdrawals for tax reasons to begin with. And if it wasn't about the money, you certainly couldn't afford all that shit everywhere. And if it's not about the money, can't sell all that shit, stop with your fucking streams and let people find you. But you're not going to do that. You're going to keep pushing yourself out there because that's how you get the gullible idiots to bring you more and more of their shekels. Because that's all you truly care about is how much money Ken Hovind can make.
They need to get a life and a better theory. I agree. Let's see, some replies to that one. Amen. Evolution.
Yep, but he's overworked, underpaid, and doesn't complain about it at all, even though it says that every single time you fucking ask him how he's doing. Fucker.
Revolutionized entire fields of study. What are you talking about? Evolution is a pollution to science. There's nothing scientific about this theory of that we all are related to potatoes and bananas. It's not a science theory at all.
Says the guy who I'm certain would have the scars from a polio vaccine somewhere on his body. I mean, you're not in an iron lung, Kent. Looks like you didn't get polio as a kid. Oh, were you vaccinated? Huh, funny. I thought vaccines were poison and were trying to mind control everybody. Or were they not back in the 50s? Oh, wait, in 60s? Oh, wait, they were? Okay, so whatever on that. But how did we devise vaccines again? I'm trying to remember that. Oh, yeah, through science. Much of that including, principles of biology that are most definitely evolutionary science. Ooh, kind of looks a little bad on you. How about that snake bite when you, went to a doctor for it? Yeah, Kent. Evolution saved your life. That's the real fucked up thing. This man is still alive directly because of research based, of knowledge gained based on research that already had evolutionary science as an implicit fact. And he's just like, no, it's not real.
Didn't help at all. It hurt the cause of science. Kent, how do you go about explaining the problem of a global flood? Heat problem. I did that the other night. Who was that? A whacking atheist, maybe 3 weeks ago. Here's the situation. The Bible teaches that the earth...
Oh boy, here we go. Tubi has sent a $5 super chat. Here's a few bucks. Why? To torment you so you have to watch more Kent. Did I reach the limit? No, I couldn't have reached the limit because I've only got six auto-starred super chats. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 super chats. We get 5 more super chats. I'm stuck with this for another solid hour. Can we commit? Because actually, I do have a server payment coming up that I could use the money for if we reach the actual payment threshold. Because Google doesn't pay you unless you break over $100. Because Google, well, actually, it makes sense that would be a hell of a lot of small checks to write, and the fees on the transactions would be insane. But yeah, gonna keep going because the super chats make me strive even more to keep going because you guys are awesome. Much love.
Earth was created with a crystalline canopy over the top. There was water above the firmament. If the fountains of the deep broke open, shattered that...
Ooh, good one from Sydney. Another hypocritical Kentism. Ephesians 5:4, Colossians 3:8, James 3:6-10, and Proverbs 4:24. These passages indicate that it is a sin to use words to tear people down. It's okay, though. Kent is, washed in some guy's blood or something. He took one of those blood baths like that one queen did back in the day. And so apparently, with some lambs and shit, he I guess he did whatever with them. I guess he found out they weren't suitable helpers, you know what I mean? He's like supposed to be able to get away with sin because that's the weird thing about Christianity is it's a constant get out of sin free card. So, it's like you can basically be a complete asshole, and as long as you're Christian, it's fine. It's so stupid.
Crystal firmament, which would have compressed the air down to maybe 10 miles, and the air expanded out to the current 50 miles or whatever it is, that would solve the heat problem with just one fell swoop. If the
It's technically super chats, but I mean, I can count those gifted deals. I'm not going to count all 5. I'm going to count as one action, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying we've done a lot. I mean, I could probably push till 3-hour mark right now. We're at 2 hours 10 minutes. So theories that show Big Bang happened also drive the technology that makes Kent stream reality. Yeah, seriously. I mean, his computer's relying on quantum physics. A lot of our modern technology relies on quantum phenomena we don't quite understand but can demonstrate, and so we just kind of roll with it, and it all just kind of works. It's pretty wild.
Rains, it's called the latent heat of condensation. When it rains, it warms things up. I understand. First of all, it did not rain enough to cover the mountains. It rained for 40 days, but the Bible says the fountains of the deep broke open.
007, license to sin. Kent never shows his work. Kent doesn't know what showing your work is. Bonjour, Claude from Suit Kettle. So, I love the video you just released. Cool. So Claude's already seen it. It's getting a stamp of approval from Claude. Hell yeah. That means it's got to be some good stuff. Also, did I say welcome, Claude? Because welcome, Claude. And I do appreciate everyone being here. And Mapleson gifted 20 memberships to my channel. Holy crap. That's like 20. So he did 5 earlier. He's got 20 now. And then I had like 6 or 7. AJ's girl had gifted some. So that's like 35 memberships easy. Oh God. I'm going to have to do like a members only live stream where I actually show my fucking face. Damn it. Y'all are going to get that from me. January, you're going to get a face stream. Maybe my birthday stream. Maybe that's how we'll do it. Oh, man. It's going to be fucking crazy. I'm going to make a note of that now. Okay, birthday stream is face stream, members only. There we go. It's going to happen, I guess. No need to push on. I just like green more than gray. Oh, no, I'm going to keep going. Yes, according to Kent, you're saved. If you're saved, you can never lose your salvation. So if you want to sin, give your life to Jesus. Now, see, I went through all that mumbo jumbo several times in my life. So if there's a once saved, always saved edict, then I'm set. And so it's irrelevant what the hell I do. Kent, however, would claim no true Scotsman on that, no true Christian, to which I counter, that's not what the text says. It doesn't add a writer to that in that interpretation of things. So, yeah. Kind of prefer gray. Matches my heart. Claude, what a person says and does is far more important than their face. This is true. However, some of y'all just want to see, so it's like, and yeah, I've shown myself before, but, and you can go back to old videos and find me, but,
So the water from inside the earth was coming out to flood the world. We cover all that in video number 6. So I don't think there's a heat problem like they say, because they try to...
There's totally a heat problem, Kent. Do you understand how much heat a certain amount of radioactive matter will produce? Just pick your matter, pick your material, pick your values, then do the math. Then compare it to the same volume of kerosene. You're going to see a really big number. It's not as big as if you do the conversion of raw matter to energy. Raw mat. Fuck raw mat. But Kent, there's a lot of energy trapped in matter that happens to be slightly unstable. Much like a lot of energy trapped inside of some 6-foot-plus jerk-ass who's also mentally unstable and is sick and tired of being treated like he should be by a very meek woman. Bunch of pent-up anger and rage that decides to body slam this woman because he's a complete fucking asshole. Like that. Except radiation is actually cool, and you're a piece of shit.
Say, well, if it rained enough to cover Mount Everest, stop right there. It didn't have to cover Mount Everest. Mount Everest wasn't there. The mountains arose at the end of the flood. See Psalm 104. So if you follow the Bible...
Yeah, see Book of Chris 6:6.
The earth was beautiful, pole to pole. You could probably have a garden at the North Pole. And then it probably wasn't tilted to...
But my eyes canopy. Gotta have my ice canopy. Hovind.
23.5 degrees is just my theory on that. And it had a crystalline canopy around it. When that canopy shattered, the air would expand out from 10 miles to, say, 50 or whatever it is now. Take a can of hairspray and just hold the button down. The can.
Kent, I want you to do the math on structurally supporting such a crystalline canopy. The tidal forces from the Earth's gravity, let alone air pressure differentials and the like, would tear it to shreds the moment it was created. North and South poles, no rotation, nothing to counteract the pull. And you can't claim it's some sort of arch effect because the equatorial areas, we can presume, would be rotating equivalent to the poles. Equatorial areas would be bulging out. So you'd have everything in the north and south poles of your crystal canopy collapse in, and now that the stress is relieved, the areas at the equator would slowly begin to travel on off at the speeds they would presumably be orbiting. Although that'd actually probably be really slow. So no, they might actually still collapse on down as well, but it would start at the poles and work its way one way or another to the equator. Your ice canopy's a joke.
It'll get freezing cold in your hand because you're relieving the pressure. So relieving the pressure absorbs the heat. Rain produces the heat, latent heat of condensation. There is not a heat problem. You want to talk about a heat problem? Wait till you die and face God.
Kent is 6.16 feet tall, which is actually the number of the beast. Illuminati confirmed. We're through the looking glass here, people.
God, you're going to see what the heat problem is. And you guys.
And oh yes, the same joke that Standing for Truth made that time. Oh, that's the real heat problem. Yeah, Ken. Okay, that's good. I get that your fairy tale says that. Let's get to the real science. Fuckface.
Talk about a heat problem. They want to say there was a Big Bang where all the matter, all the energy in the universe was in a dot. How hot would that dot be? What's the total?
Deviant, the most radioactive things I have that I'm aware of are a piece of uranium glass. It's a candlestick holder from probably from the 30s, and of course your typical smoke alarm, which really isn't too much. That americium that's used. I do want to get a hold of some radioactive sources and do some stuff sometime down the line. But I'm also smart enough to know I do not need to become the next nuclear Boy Scout. But God, I would love to have something to really be able to mess around with. I do have in an old, this is a 1960s geology kit, a sample of uranium ore. And I don't have equipment to test the radioactive levels on anything. That's somewhere in storage. That would be cool to eventually test and see if it's, sitting there 50, 60 years old already. Just, it shouldn't have changed too much. Uranium's half-life's pretty long. But yeah, you already know I find radioactivity fascinating. Beautiful stuff. And of course, I'm very pro-nuclear. In fact, knowing what I do about 3 Mile Island, Chernobyl, Fukushima, and SL1, amongst other nuclear incidents, makes me even more in favor of nuclear power.
Total heat of all the stars out there burning. All that would have to be in the dot. You guys got the heat problem, not me. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, seriously, it's a Dyson sphere. Space elevators are bad enough, but you can, in theory, make it work with particular guy cables, like they do a bunch of radio towers that are basically pivoted on one little point, so they're insulated from the ground. It's fucking beautiful. I grew up near a large TV transmission tower, and I absolutely loved the thing. Might explain a lot, I don't know. Depends on how you take radio waves, it's possibly damaging the brain. But, yeah. It's literally a fucking Dyson sphere, and it's like, no, Kent, that would not work at all.
While the majority of creationists or churches are not making money, really? So you still didn't answer the question, what is evolution? Okay, it's got 6 different.
10 to the 78 Kelvin. Holy fuck. That's hot. Eventually, there's a limit to how hot something can get, like the Planck temperature is like the theoretical maximum amount of energy any system can have. And of course, that would have been the temperature at the very, very first moments of the inflationary epoch. I forget exactly what that value is, but it's fucking big.
Different levels or stages to it. It's the stupidest theory ever.
Like, it's crazy to think that for most of the temperature gradient that anything can be at, most of it is way, 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 way hot, and we're hanging out in this tiny little sliver of pretty damn cold, but they're still gases and liquids. So it's not everything's a solid cold, but it's also not everything's a fucking plasma cold. At which point, I think, you end up reaching where quarks, gluons, and everything else completely break down into various hadrons and and it just goes to shit.
If you want to if it's just change within over time, well, what does that mean? How far can the change go?
So what you're saying is the standard calculator can't display Ken Hovind's beloved whale penis. And by that I mean the whale penis attached to a whale that Ken Hovind is obsessed with. I was certainly not implying anything about him. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Ah! Moving on.
Anyway, okay. Any new thoughts on the solar magnetic reversals? I don't think anybody has figured out a mechanism of how the Earth's magnetic field can flip. I don't think it's flipped. I think what they found.
So it can flip, Kent, but you don't think it ever has. So how do you know it can? Explain. Explain. What the fuck, Kent?
When they measured across the bottom of the ocean, let me get to slide number 1.
No, Rosalia, that was a completely unrelated thought. It had nothing to do with the unspeakableness that was brought up earlier. Nope. Not at all. Oh, barnacles.
Seminar part 1, I think, is where I cover that. I got 50,000 slides here. So here we go. Look at that. Seminar part 1.
Nuclear power is definitely a great way to supply energy, says our friend TJ. I'd like to get the grid to be better for handling coronal mass ejections from the sun. Those are a big deal. We don't need another Carrington event, and we've had recent heavy solar activity, and thankfully the grid held pretty strong. Ozone layer seemed to take a brunt of it, but we were getting auroras down far south as here. I didn't see anything because I live in light pollution hell, and I'm half blind anyway, but it's an interesting thought. And yeah, we definitely need to come up with some way to give the grid a bit of a soft buffer for that kind of thing. And I just don't know how one could reasonably do it without that buffer having to be charged all the time like a capacitor. Otherwise, the everything just kind of, the whole electrical grid would break down. But an STD calculator can display, STD standard calculator can display 800-81351. Hooray for boobies. Tyler, you are now banned. Thank you for contributing. You're out of here now.
I cover the age of the Earth and different ways to explain how the Earth can't be billions of years old. One of which is
Overshare. My 24 hours have been a quite harrowing in a very Hovindian style, nonstop brutal verbal shit, plus some fun threats of a Sydney. What? Ah! Stacy, I'm confused and slightly scared. Just can't really not understand that matter formed after the Big Bang and wasn't performed before, or is he pretending not to understand? No, I don't think he understands it. If he does, he's just being ignorant ass. Intentionally. But no, I think he legitimately doesn't comprehend that at all. Laughter that has people looking.
Look here. That says something I can't read. Just tell it okay, right? All right.
And then whenever you're ready.
There we go. Microsoft is trying to reach him about his ARC extended warranty.
That guy Brock is back.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. Magnetic field. Here we go. Let me answer this question. Then I'll get to your Brock. Let's see. My mouse. There we go.
Here's my Ken Hovind impression. How do I click this thing? Are they okay? I'm busy gobbling on his cock. Hang on, Brock Hussein. I'll get back to you. Just let me find a point in my slides. Okay, I can't read any of this here. Joseph, help me out. Move my slides. I gotta show my laminated chart again. I paid $10 for this lamination. I gotta show it off. Howard. How was that, guys?
There we go. Magnetic field. Speak to the earth and it shall teach thee. The earth has a magnetic field.
Yeah, I dropped ignorant when I definitely meant stupid. Yeah, ignorance is the whole thing of simply not knowing. That is kind of a default.
Field today. Not all planets have magnetic fields. Some don't have one for whatever reason, okay? Earth has a moderately strong magnetic field. Mercury has a weak one. Venus and Mars have almost no magnetic.
I'm Dr. Hovind, even though it's not really a doctorate, and I still don't know how to work a fucking computer, but it's okay because I'm Dr. Hovind. Dr. Hovind.
Measurable magnetic fields. Venus and Mars do not have magnetic fields at all, NASA says.
Yeah, because Mars is a dead fucking planet. Venus is pretty dead too. Venus has got that fucking crazy ass atmosphere. Like, fuck Venus. What the hell? When the universe was like, hey, you planets, you rocky ones, if you want, you can have an atmosphere. You can have this gas around you. Cool stuff might happen. Earth was like, I'll take just the right amount. Mars wanted some more, but it was a little too tiny, and then something happened, and it was like, no, and lost it, and now it's sad. Mercury's just like, nah, fuck this shit. I won't be hard as stone. Venus was just like, give me everything they ain't take. That's why Venus is fucking weird, man. There's your hell. There's the only spot I would call hell is Venus. Just terrifying world. Beautiful, but absolute nightmare.
The motion,
and yet you can see it. I sit there and think I've looked up and I have very clearly seen Venus with my own defective ass eyes, and knowing the 1,000+ degree temperatures on that thing, the thick ass, 120, 130 kilometer thick, actually no, 130 miles, like 200 kilometer thick, dense atmosphere on that baby. It's fucking terrifying, yet so beautiful at the same time.
of the molten iron in Earth's core seems to be what causes the magnetic field. I wouldn't have any argument about that at all. Magnetic field remains a mystery. How do we get this thing? Well, still up for debate. What causes the Earth's magnetic field? Electric current can produce magnetic field. That's correct. Simple electronics 101. Earth's magnetic field is
from our friend Sydney. 40 odd years ago, his mentor asked not a Dr. Kent, how stupid can you be? He took that as a challenge. This is his story. Kent Hovind. Kent Hovind. Oh God, what is that music? That just mixed Back to the Future with something else. I think I did. I think I mixed Back to the Future with something else to do that. And yep, Ursula, beautiful hell to be sure. You. I know those regards to the other stuff. It's just funny.
Believed to be generated by this mechanism. Electric currents are thought to be created by convection currents due to heat escaping from the core. Maybe so. Who knows? Nobody's been down there. What causes Earth's magnetic field?
These nuts. I mean, the iron ass and tons of fucking iron in our core.
By the movement of molten iron in the Earth. Magnetic field explained. The geomagnetic field.
That's it. It was Final Countdown. That is it, because I love that song. No, I can't play it. I suck. I do enjoy playing a bass track along with it. Just following the main chords. But I can't play Final Countdown worth a damn. I should work on that. This Final Countdown's really cool. Love that song.
Generated on our planet's interior and extends out into space, creating a region known as the magnetosphere. All right. What causes Earth's magnetic field?
Ooh, TJ, I had not caught wind of this. While Venus doesn't have a magnetic field, it has a very weak induced magnetic field created by the interaction of the solar wind with Venus's ionosphere, which I think is pretty cool. Not literally, though. Yeah, it's going to be blazing temperatures, but wow, yeah. Basically got a good static effect going on. In all honesty, if you really want to dumb it down, it's, yeah. Any magnetic field we feel around Venus is static electricity, in a sense. I mean, that's me super dumbing it down, but that's sort of the way my brain immediately like wraps around it. Kind of a, I guess, a cute way. I don't know.
A geodynamo process, according to National Pornographic.
Outer core, yes. You know, say core generally, but yep, outer core is the more critical facet of the Earth's magnetic field, because the deep inner core is, that's going to be different temperatures and the really heavy stuff. You know, all those radioactives living down there. Sounds like enemies in some crappy 80s cartoon designed to sell toys. Careful, the radioactives are coming up from the Earth's core. Only Captain Hero Man can save them. Now only $14.95 at your local Toys R Us. With Action Joe Bob, available for $7.95. Accessories not included. Batteries are included, but they are old and crusty. We pulled them from circa 1975 light brights. Purchase now.
For a plane to generate its own planet to have its own magnetic field, it must have the following characteristics. It must rotate fast enough.
Not AJ, by the way. Could you help me feel better by using my preferred honorific, Dr. Stacy C. Jr.? Yes, doctor. Everyone, please welcome Dr. Stacy C. Jr. to the to the chat. This is a serious matter. If you do not respect her preferred pronouns. Oh, that's funny. Kent has his preferred pronouns, but he complains about the woke mob. Well, he doesn't say it like that, but that's who he complains about. Waiting for him to get in, man. We should show him Andrew Tate and see what he thinks about that guy. Stacy, you're fun, and thanks for the super chat. The question was about solar magnetic field, not the Earth's. For fuck's sake, Kent, this is true.
Interior must have a fluid medium, like liquid iron or something, or nickel. I don't know if nickel would be as good. Let's do some research on. Who cares? Okay. Interior fluid must have ability to conduct electricity.
Hi, dog. Welcome to the party. I'm going for about 2.5 hours, so you got a lot of stream to catch up on.
The core must have an internal source of energy. Okay. So the argument that the evolutionists have made, we'll get to that here, the northern lights, I've seen them many times up in Alaska. They're beautiful, okay? Earth's magnetic field explained. You can read all about that. Let's see, let me get to what I want to get to.
Kent's shirt has his face on it. That's disturbing. Ugh. Oh, God, I see it. Oh, good Lord. His left shoulder, or like down below, about middle of the bicep. Ugh. God, that's nightmarish. Ugh.
Magnets lose power over time. In the absence of external influence, an industrial magnet alloy should hypothetically remain magnetic for hundreds of years. Let's see. It weakens the...
Pleasure to meet you, fuck you, John. I'm some dumbass on the internet.
Level of magnet.
Sorry, I snorted there. That's when I'm having fun, though. I'll genuinely just, do some stupid laugh or something. Just, genuine reactions. Not that it's not always genuine when I stream, but I mean, you get a really innate primal one, I guess you'd say.
Magnetism. Yep. Magnets can lose their strength, lose their magnetic field. So they say the Earth is 4.543 billion years old. Okay. This is pure baloney, by the way. Magnets lose their strength with time. Earth's magnet is losing its strength. Hundreds of cool science experiments with magnets and iron filings. I love this kind of stuff. Okay. It's pretty cool.
You're talking about artificial magnets, Kent. Come on.
Lines you can make. What's the half-life of Earth's magnetic field? Well, half of the magnetic field would decay in 548 years. So it would go from the strength down to 1/2, and then in a little over 1,100 years, be 1/4, and then half of that, 1/8, 1/16, 1/32, 1/64, 128, 1/256. Wow, it's going to be gone.
You're all leaving the comments. I don't even need to follow up. It's just wow. Wow.
Earth's magnetic field is fading. National Pornographic admitted it. They say it flips, though. Here's the thing. Well, it flips and it regenerates itself. This is where it goes crazy, okay? This, I think, is physically impossible to happen. The depletion of the Earth's magnetic field is a problem for those who believe it's billions of years old. Watch my video number 1. I take all the time tonight on this one answer. Today, Earth's magnetic field is 10% weaker than it was in 1845. What does that mean?
I think Ken Hovind is 10% weaker than he was in 1845. I'm sorry. I just felt like making that joke. It was stupid as hell. But that's where my mind went. I have completely checked out from anything this dumbass is saying. But I committed to the extra hours, so we're going to push till 3 hours.
It's fading. Yeah. Declining magnetic field. NASA science. The declining magnetic field. Earth's magnetic field is weakening 10 times faster. Wow. New study shows how rapidly Earth's magnetic field is changing.
New study shows God's not real. Get over it, fuckwit. Got him.
Earth's magnetic field is weakening 10 times faster than they thought. Wow. Astrobiology magazine. Earth's magnetic field is not about to flip. It cannot flip, guys, okay? Are we about to have a magnetic reversal? There are no magnetic reversals. No such thing.
But you said a moment ago that you agree that it can flip. Then said, but it hasn't. Also, again, claiming that the scientists just have no clue what they're talking about, but that you know better. From the fucking USGS. I mean, come on, Kent. It's a pretty bad look, bro.
This was made up, and I'll show you why it doesn't work. Paleomagnetic records, the intensity of the field decreases. Okay? During a reversal, there are no reversals. What's this article here from a U.S. Geological Survey? Okay. Here's what happened. The Earth's magnetic field is weakening, indicating the Earth cannot be billions of years old. Can't be. So they have to have a kind of save the planet kind of stuff, save the theory. Some creationists believe there are magnetic reversals that all happened during the flood of Noah, when the fountains of the deep broke open and the crust was in chaos. Let's see.
I love how all these people are being added in and then just being immediately removed. It's like, what are you doing, tech bro? What are you doing? It's not how these services work.
I've got the pictures here I wanted to show. This is all on part 1, okay? Magnetic field. Here's what happened. They try to say the magnetic field is flipping, giving north-south, north-south. I don't believe there's any magnetic reversals at all. It's only areas of stronger and weaker magnetism that they were finding. There's no known mechanism that could reverse the rotation. How can the liquid core begin spinning the other way? Guys, think about it, okay? Take a
Hey guys, think about it. Hey, if you go to my recent, this is actually on my Matt Powell lies about R and Ra lying about Ken Hovind video, some person named William51115 left a comment 37 minutes ago that's a wall of text that begins with, respectfully, my God, the creator of everything is real. And then it goes on into all kinds of stuff. Expect you known all along that God is real. It's just the same, but Adam, we can trace our DNA back to him. Oh, man. I'm not saying mob somebody, but it's a comment on my channel. So I'm not saying, go to the video and just share what you have to say as a response. But, I'm not going to care if you do, because it's going to make the video more seen, which is already a pretty popular one. That was popping off like 2,500 views or some shit. And it's also got a copyright claim because, of course, Matt Powell's little team uses music in there that's going to get a claim, which, whatever. If they licensed it, cool. If not, they don't care. They get their money in other ways through donations from the cult followers. But the point is, it's a little annoying because I also can't remove the music without just taking out big chunks out of my video. So, So, yeah. Just wanted to bring that up. Hey, and TJ pops in. The shade you throw and the way you speak. Sorry, I had to take a moment out of the stream to check on stuff and found that interesting. So yeah, let's get back to the video and I'll check on what comments y'all have made in the past moment.
Bicycle wheel, get it spinning, try to turn it. It doesn't want to turn, okay? Gyroscope mechanism here. Newton's first law, inertia. Let's see, Newton's second law. We go through all this on video number 1. Here's what happened. When they
The video you should not go to is on my channel titled Matt Powell Lies About R and Ra Lying About Kent Hovind. A triple check. Yep, Matt Powell lies about R and Ra, lying about Ken Hovind. You will see a picture of Matt Powell with a bunch of rocks as the thumbnail. It's one of my recent videos. If you go to my videos tab, it will appear on there. That's totally not the video of mine. You should go to and see the comment, which is still available. I haven't done anything with it yet. Probably select newest first, and you can see the comment as well as all the other fine comments left by amazing people, and then proceed to read the hilarity which was presented.
It dragged the magnetic machinery along the bottom of the mid-Atlantic ridge. They found areas of stronger and weaker magnetism, and it made this curve line.
Yeah, seriously. The 6 gods in Guild Wars 2, okay, it's actually 5 because you kill one of them, spoiler alert. And it's only 5 in the first Guild Wars, so, you know, saying the 6 is actually an odd thing in that universe. The 5 human gods, well, we'll throw Balthazar in there. So the 6, they all are far more powerful than Kent's god and are far more real because I've seen them in Guild Wars. At least I've seen Balthazar and Cormyr, who also one of my cat's names is Cormyr. The other is Dwayna, another deity in Guild Wars. That's what I named the kittens from Kit, the main cat we rescued, who was a few months ago, who was a new mama at that point. So yeah, I have a literal god living with me. Well, goddess, same difference. Kent has a magic book of things. So there.
Stronger, weaker, stronger, weaker. Then they drew a line through the middle and called everything below average a reversal. It's not a reversal. It's just below average. Calling the weaker magnetism a reversal is a lie, okay? This is just plain a bold-faced lie.
You know, we've had like 4 people come in. We're 24 minutes into Kent's other open mic, and he's just keeps on going with this.
The line should go down here. There are no reversals, only stronger, weaker. What they were finding was the cracks in the mid-Atlantic floor where the fountains of the deep broke open and the basalt would bulge.
And what they were finding was the crack in Ken Hovind's ass is where he gets all his ideas from. Got him.
Bulge up into it. I got pictures right here. No magnetic reversals. Let's see. Come on. That's a bunch of baloney. Pangea. Well.
Yeah, that National Pornographic one is a really, really strong case of him just being obscene for a pastor doing a sermon. It's just incredible when you take a step back and do look at it that way, that this is a man trying to give a sermon in one form or another. Even if this is opened, is set up as his open mic night for people to just call in, it's still a sermon. It's the way he structures it. It's the way it is. It's at his little preaching spot. Which is funny, you notice he's always sitting down when he does these things. He doesn't stand up. You know, it's like, don't all the good pastors stand up? You're supposed to stand up at your podium? No, he sits at a damn desk. It's got to be creepy. You should probably watch Grayson's video. I'm sure he did some filming from far away to show the like broad scope of everything. Because amazingly, I've not watched Grayson's full tour of DAL. Anytime I've been in the mood, I've forgotten about it. And when I do remember, I'm not in the mood to watch it. So it's kind of a bummer that I haven't seen it yet. But yeah.
Thought I had pictures. Maybe it's in part 6. I went into this in more detail. If the crust of the
Probably. I mean, Kent can't keep any of his shit straight.
earth, if the fountains of the deep broke open, the water shooting up along the crust would widen the crack as it erodes the material away.
Oh, you can tell I'm doing this too long. I'm normally not one for that, but just saying widen the crack is hilarious to me at this stage.
Open. The water shooting up along the crust.
Hang on, you know what we're doing. Know what we're doing. Quarter speed, baby.
Would widen the crack.
Oh, there's my maturity quota right out the window. We have reached the limits of what my maturity tank can hold. We are now in toilet humor, ladies and gentlemen, and people of all gender identities. And I say that not just to be potentially respectful and use it as a little catch thing, but also because I know that would also piss people off, like Kent off. Because except that anyone else could have any kind of variation to the standard heteronormative gender identities is just such a horrifying concept. But God made Adam and Eve. It's like, yeah, well, y'all also like to claim we're all fucked up. So, you know, what of it? Like, and I'm not defending the bullshit he says. I'm just saying, it's an easy counter. Is like, well, you are the ones who act like everything's all crazy now. Wouldn't that make perfect sense? You're still supposed to love people, aren't you? That's what Jesus said. Oh, wait, no, you're a hate preacher.
As it erodes the material.
I hope my actual opinions on that came across and it wasn't a convoluted mess. I'm always sensitive about that stuff. Yeah, I have trouble articulating myself sometimes with some things.
Away, and pretty soon the basalt underneath could bulge up into it and crack, and the water rushes into those cracks, cooling them off. So you're locking in a magnetic field. They're not finding any reversals at all. They're finding stronger, weaker.
Don't look at the mid-Hovantic ringe on his neck. You can actually see it expanding. Nasty. Pretty soon, all of Ken Hovind's videos will just be goatsy for Jesus.
Stronger, weaker. So, sorry. Magnetic field is a good proof the Earth cannot be billions of years old. Can't be. Okay. I'm sorry. Next question. What do we got there, brother? Headphones?
Okay.
Yep.
Mr. Know-it-all.
Mr. Know-it-all. I've been wanting to talk to somebody like.
Huh. So this is I didn't watch it, but this is a clip I think Claude had Claude or Christian's Crybaby / Big Bad Mama, one of the pair had put up that was apparently a pretty good one. So let's see how far this goes. Long goes for a little while. Okay. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Going.
There we go. Okay, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
Hey, Kent, how's it going?
What you should know if you know it all.
Yeah, so my question is in regards to something you said earlier this week. I believe it was your Tuesday video that they re-uploaded.
Okay, what was it?
Yeah, well, first off, are you giving the tech people bonuses this year?
We've had that. We don't pay people much here. Tech
Yeah,
people
but
come work. Well, they work for a while, then they get a job making better money, and they move on. So we got to train somebody else. So, yeah, they do fine. We do the best we can with what we got. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'd seriously consider withholding the bonus because they're pretty trash. No offense, guys. You'll get better. But my question was, you claim.
Damn, throwing straight shade. Whoo! What a champ.
Claimed in the video that Gandhi led millions away and sort of bemoaned him and demonized him a little because he was Hindu. But it's like, is it a little hypocritical to bash someone with a legacy just because they didn't have your personal feelings in mind?
Oh, I think it's perfectly legitimate to bash somebody who is steering people to believe something that is not true, like all the evolutionists are. I have a whack an atheist. I'm a whack an atheist shirt on. Yes, I'm going to whack them till I die. You're teaching things that are not true. They're lying to students. You're not related to a mosquito.
That whole Gandhi thing, if you watch my reaction to the video, I got really, really pissed off about that because, and I looked back on it and did double research. And yeah, Gandhi's promotion of Hinduism was a minor aspect of his own personal beliefs and actions. But the primary thing was, the whole being a leader for a violent resistance movement that helped free the country of India, or free what would become the country of India from control of the British Empire. Kind of a big deal. Kind of a very noble act. He's one of those people we remember in history for succeeding in the way he did. And Kent just washes over that, what we actually know him for. Because beyond the fact that after beginning his protests and such, he went and switched to very modest, robes and such from the suits and such he'd wear when he was younger, when he was big, business professional and the like. That's the image we have of him in our head. And the only way you think about that as Hindu is the fact that, oh yeah, he happens to be Indian and yeah, he's wearing the robes. And so it makes you think that by association. But when I think of Gandhi, I think of peaceful protest. I think of liberating a people, liberating a country. But that's where Kent goes, because everything's religion to him, and nothing you do matters. All that matters is which magical fairy tale you believe. It's fucking crazy. And I'm wondering if this person might have been involved, or seen anything about my video, or if they just also felt this way. Because, you never know for sure if you might have actually had an influence on somebody to say or do something like this, to bring up something like this to Kent. Probably not. But it'd be interesting if I did, and very humbling if that happened. Honestly, it's like, wow, okay, that's shouldn't have had that kind of effect, but if it did help, then cool. But I'm sure I'm not the only person to just be like, what the fuck, when he said that about Gandhi. So,
So
just think out loud here.
yes, I think it's perfectly fine. Gandhi and the Hinduism in general is a pagan religion. It does not lead people to the Lord. I don't spend my time fighting them. Other people have that. Mine
That's irrelevant.
Okay, I'm gonna fight evolution. Do you believe
My favorite words, that's irrelevant.
in evolution?
I believe that evolution is cool and normal, and that the weirdos are the ones trying to disprove it with failed degrees and stuff.
There you go, ad hominem. Well, Mr. Know-it-all.
Well, that's not ad hominem. That's true.
Okay, tell me, Mr. Know-it-all, what is the best evidence you know of for evolution? You think we should teach the
I've
kids?
seen a kind change into another kind.
You have seen a kind change into another kind. What exactly did you see?
I saw a tax fraud turn into a wife beater.
Oh my God, I'm sorry if that was too loud. I was not expecting that. I knew something would happen, but I didn't know when. Oh, that was glorious. Absolutely glorious. Oh. Oh. Oh, I'm gonna look at the reactions. Worthy of Ian Chin. Chris is broken. Yeah, I am completely broken. Holy shit. I immediately need a shirt with that guy's face on. I'm gonna wear it every day. That dude's a fucking hero. Doing the shit we all just don't have the energy to bother with. And yes, look at Ken's face. Oh, we're gonna reverse that. We're going to enjoy that. Let me back up.
Change into another kind.
You have seen a kind change into another kind. What exactly did you see?
I saw a tax fraud turn into a wife beater.
And he laughs about it. That's the horrible thing. He just laughs. Narcissistic trait like a motherfucker to just laugh when criticism like that are brought up. When something that serious is brought up, for you to just laugh at it.
You absolutely know nothing, Mr. Know-it-all. Shut him off. Give me a new one. Give me somebody with a brain on here. Who else we got?
Give me somebody with a brain on here. Yeah, I can't, And, sometimes I feel like I should almost reach out to Cindy. Just double check on things. Not that it's my place, and not that I've had any contact beyond leaving a few comments on videos she had shared not long after stuff had happened. But I don't know. I just feel like saying, hey, the community's still thinking about you. Hope you're doing well.
Okay. Okay, Brock.
Yes, sir. We got EXO.
Mapleson just gifting the memberships. Everybody's gonna get videos early. Good Lord. Make sure all of y'all have the end of January free, because when I do that live stream, it's gonna be something special. Members only. Tomato.
We'll put Brock on.
Okay, Brock. Make it quick this time. We got a lot of people waiting.
Oh, we can't hear you.
You're muted, Brock.
Okay.
Push a button. There you go.
I was like, dang, what was up? Why are you being so mean? Like, dang. I promise you, I'm not like some of these other people.
Well, talk quick. What's your point here, Brock?
Jeez, yeah, I can't just be a complete asshole to the guy.
Okay, I forgot. Because you were saying something, but then you talked about other stuff before I got to join. Dang it. Well, what was it? How would you define a pro in a eukaryote? Prokaryote, eukaryote.
I'd have to look up the exact scientific definition of that. What does that matter, though? Eukaryote.
What does that matter, though? It's probably a point he needs to get to. You answer and then let him get to the point.
They have the nucleus of the cell is bound in a membrane inside the cell. And it's a good design feature. It's like saying a lot of cars have a
There we go, the car analogy. Because we totally needed the fucking car analogy.
frame that they put the body on. Some cars don't. It's called a unibody. They're both designed. So the prokaryotes and the eukaryotes are both designed.
No, total non sequitur. Come on, Kent. Try harder. Oh, wait. You can't, especially since you're wearing a fucking Hawaiian shirt with your ugly ass face on the side of it. It's so fucking disturbing. Kent's the kind of motherfucker that would get a tattoo of his own face on his own face.
To do what they do. The fact that we have a common building structure for a frame under a truck and a frame under a car does not prove they evolved. It's a design feature that works. And I think for the cells to have a nucleus that's bound in a membrane is a great design plan to use in many life forms. Doesn't prove any relationship. It proves the same designer made them.
Mapleson throwing out them subs like there's no tomorrow. We're going to party like it's 1885 up in this bitch.
So that goes straight almost into history. What do you call it? When you study history, like study religion. Do you think there's evidence of a God somewhere?
Yeah, I think it's overwhelming. Is there
Here we go, the damn pencil analogy.
evidence that somebody designed and created this pencil?
I guess. I mean, there's factories that build pencils,
Yeah.
right?
Well, nobody with one functioning brain cell would say this could make itself or grow on a tree. This had a designer. I don't know who it was. I don't know where it was. And I don't care. I don't need to know. I know there was a designer. You can look at a nut and a bolt that fit together and say it had to have a designer. It had to. They just don't happen. No human experience would tell us that a nut and a bolt or a screw could make itself, I thought.
And no one's saying they do, Kent. No one's saying they do. Just love the false equivalence, don't you?
I probably have one here in my, always got tools in my pocket. I'm working on something.
No, you don't, you dumb shit. That's why you're looking in drawers, because you don't have shit in your pocket, dumbass. Actually, no, you probably do have shit in your pocket, because you probably think your turds are so valuable you got to keep them around. Maybe sell them for some magic beans or something at the local 5 and dime or whatever.
Let's see, here we go. Here is a candle, a birthday candle. Has a string down the middle, wax on the side, and a design on it. Is it possible for this?
Yeah, what about the hexagon on Saturn's North Pole? That looks designed as fuck. It's weird as hell. Physics explains it quite well. Like, it's surprisingly understood for such an odd phenomena. It's just, like I keep saying, this is the problem with this. One of the many problems with this is that it creates a false equivalence where, as they try to contrast the natural from the non-natural, from the artificial, they end up creating a situation where everything natural is intrinsically artificial, and thus there is no distinction between the two. Thus, the analogy breaks down because the very point it makes its own point moot, because there stops being a point of comparison.
To make itself, or did somebody have to make just a candle?
I guess someone would have to make a candle.
Okay, well, one cell in your body, Brock, is 1 trillion times more complicated than a candle.
Aliens made the Giant's Causeway. Film at 11.
And you've got
Probably more complicated than the candle, but I don't know about anything else. I haven't.
Is it more complicated than the space shuttle? Someone bring up the space shuttle. Come on, do it. Do it.
Studied
Do it.
a lot about cells, but
well, okay,
but those are people make. This is supposed to be people making objects and stuff. What about a god though? Like, where's the evidence of a god? Just because people make a candle, does that really mean a god makes me? Maybe he did, or she, or whatever. I don't know. But
Mosquitoes, incredible design. Cancer, perfect design. The fact that if I happen to swallow something and breathe at the same time, I can end up choking to death. Perfection. Absolutely top notch. Could not be any better. Yep. Design all the way down. If it's designed, the universe is designed, the world is designed, biology, we are designed, we're specially created. Creator's a dumb fuck. I can design something a hell of a lot better. Full stop.
You asked for evidence. I'm pointing out that it is intuitive. It is obvious. If something is really complex, it had to.
Yes, and a lot of stuff that's intuitive is outright wrong. So that doesn't really get you anywhere, does it, Kent? We only know to go on intuition with things if we already know that following intuition will lead to the proper, the proper thing. If you see a door and you want to lock the door, you're going to look for a lock on it. And so the switch you find, you're going to think that's probably the lock for the door. Might not be. Probably is, though, in most cases, because we're familiar with these things. I don't know where I'm going with that analogy, but it's just the first thing that popped into my damn head. So I've been at this for 3 hours. I'm burnt the fuck out. But we're making it to a good stopping point here, just a bit. But we're gonna keep going just a hair.
To have a designer of some kind. Nobody would see a Lamborghini driving down the highway and say, nobody made it. I don't know who made it. I never saw the people make it, but I'd be willing to bet somebody made it.
Because whatever you're talking about is a known design. And this Brock kid, he's considering this. Like, no, dude. No, this is a joke. This guy is absolutely fucking moronic. That shit-eating grin going on where he's like, I'm going to get another guy to give me money, Hovind.
Now, I'm not asking for my religion to be taught in public schools.
Which is completely irrelevant to the fact and the truth of it.
All the atheists are asking for demanding that their religion be taught in public schools, and we all.
And yes, the human eye is an appalling design. Just look at mine. Fucking don't work for shit. They still work well enough. But man, everything's in old man mode over here. Got shit all zoomed in. I got my phone an inch away from my face whenever I'm looking at anything. It's like, fuck, man. When did this happen? Like, I went back and looked at my old Yu-Gi-Oh cards when I played as like a late teen, early 20s in the tournament scene back in like the early 2000s. Local tournament scene, it was big. I can't read those things at all now. I could read them fine as a kid. I'm like, motherfucker.
I'll pay for it. And evolution, let me go back to the beginning and show you, is the dumb.
Shut kettle. If you bring up Kit Hovind's neck vagina again, I will send you to the shadow realm. And by that, I mean laugh. Ha ha! For it is funny when we bring it up, because it's so petty, yet simultaneously such a disturbing thing. It's like, at a point, is it wrong to just be petty with Kent? Because he's sure as hell petty to everybody else. So, is there really anything wrong with it? No.
Dumbest and most dangerous religion in the world. And if you fell for it, I'm sorry. You need to think about it.
I got a question. Is the theory of gravity a religion?
Well, there's evidence for the theory of gravity. We see things happen. I mean, we can.
Kent, you fucking fool.
We can measure it and test it. We cannot see.
And we measure and test and we see evolution all the time. Dumbass. You just don't want to get it. Because you're a fucking dumbass, Kent.
Any animal changing to any other kind of animal. These evolution stupid family trees have a protozoa or an amoeba slowly over millions of generations turning into everything. A shark, a sunflower, a frog, a dinosaur, a human. This is not observable. None of this is observable. This is a propaganda poster is all it is. Does somebody do?
It's a matter of how you define complexity, because does the individual number of components, number of parts make something complex? Is the interaction between them what makes it complex? Is the requirement for different parts to be there for everything to work? I don't want to call it irreducible complexity, but basically in that motive, is that what defines complexity? It really depends, because space shuttle really isn't that complicated to me. It's a lot of smaller systems that work together quite well, just as the Apollo CSM did, as Mercury did, and as Gemini and its equipment modules did. When you break things down into simple structures and then see how they react, it really isn't that complicated. Cellular, chemistry, organic chemistry is super complicated, but I mean, while that's a part of the cell, does it really make the cell itself complex? It's like, it's kind of a question on how you really define these things. So, I always say, yeah, no, the space shuttle isn't. Yeah, so I'm in agreement. Space shuttle isn't more, the space shuttle is honestly not that complicated at all from my point of view, is the point I go at. God, sorry, I'm burned out from this. It's over 3 hours, so little tired here.
2 lines on paper connecting them. That's not science.
And yes, progressive incremental alteration is a hallmark of design, damn straight. If evolution is a religion, then Hovind is committing blasphemy. That he is. You're going to hell in a space religion, Hovind. Space shuttle is less complicated than a smartphone. Yeah, in a sense, it is, depending on how you look at things. There are far more individual sections of electronic operation available inside of a cell phone than there were in the space shuttle, counting its 5 computers and counting all the other traditional analog and electromechanical components that went into it. Yeah, your phone is debatably more complicated. Definitely nothing wrong with being petty towards Kent. If he had his way, all of our brains would be single-cell organisms just like his. Yep. He's so duplicitous with his chart. He says the words such a way that he's claiming the protozoa transfigured into a whale. But when you ask him that, he'll always say, and AJ did this on an open mic. He's like, no, I don't say that. And it's like, yes, you do, Kent. Yes, you do.
I think there's observable evidence for gravity. I bet you're using it right now.
But
All right, Kent, can you please detect the graviton? The hypothesized force carrier for gravity? Can you find the force carrier for gravity? Because if you can't, then gravity's just a theory, and it's just something someone believes in. And you might have a really strong belief in gravity, but maybe the flat earthers are right that it's buoyancy and density keeping you tied down to the ground. What about that? I can't believe I'm having to bring flat earthers into this shit, but, according to Kent's logic, their stuff makes perfect sense too. So, come on, Kent. Find the graviton, or gravity doesn't exist. By your logic.
like, what's this? What is this saying? What's this saying? What is a religion to you? What do you define a religion as?
Well, that's a good question. I cover that right here. Let's see, because I want to know what.
I cover that right here. Oh, fine. You actually cover something that you actually have on hand in your fucking 50,000 slide bullshit.
That's seminar part 1. Let me shut that one down.
If you define a religion as like how we got here, then
there's the dictionary definition of religion.
I just want you to know if you say evolution is religion because evolution says how humans got here and that's what a religion is, well then that would make evolution a very harmless religion. Like it's like, so what? Like I don't get it.
Right, but some religions are dangerous. Like in the Muslim religion, they teach the only way to go to heaven is to kill a Christian. Only way to be.
No.
Sure, you're going. You have to kill a Christian.
No. There's probably something in there that would say something that under certain conditions that might be something to secure such, but no. No, it doesn't as a blanket rule.
I think that's a dangerous religion. Okay, let's see. Religion, according to Google definition of religion, thesaurus.com, a set of beliefs concerning the cause, nature, and purpose of the universe. That's evolution. How'd we get here? What's the purpose?
Oh, way to take an indescribably vague look at things, and also evolution has fuck all to do with origins and stuff. Actually, no, that definition doesn't apply to evolution at all, because it's saying the universe, and evolution deals with biological change, population mechanics, populations of organisms changing over time due to isolation. Come on, Kent.
Purpose. What's the nature? That's what evolution tries to.
I don't think
answer
evolution. This. Sorry, I don't think evolution talks about the purpose. I don't think scientists would bother with that. I think.
What do you mean?
Oh, this poor kid. He's at base 0 with Kent. This is kind of sad, honestly. And it goes on like this. Like, I don't want to be that guy, but I do not have it in me for another 15 minutes of watching this guy, kudos for standing up to Kent or trying to understand this stuff better, but he's throwing soft pitches to Kent. This is the basic stuff that this man has armed himself for, because through his life he's expected to have nothing but weak opponents who know nothing about anything. And yet, of course, he's mostly been contested with people who know their shit or will call him out on his shit. But yeah, it's insane. Pours it when he talks out his ass. Yep, Kent is supremely full of fecal matter. Okay, well, that's been a 3-hour, 8-minute stream. I have damn near used up all my StreamYard time for the month. There's my chair squeaking, so I'm kicking back and relaxing. This has been awesome. Thank you so much for all the super chats, for the multiple memberships. Try to produce more members only video and have it up for a longer time, members only, so you can definitely get the value out of your membership. And that being said, yeah, if you hadn't liked the stream, be sure to like it. Go back, check out other content. Got a lot of old live streams, a lot of videos I've been putting up the past few months. It's been a fun run. Didn't think I'd be doing it for this long. Didn't think I'd grow this much. Share some things if you feel the urge. Go check through the comments. Leave some comments, if I didn't already mention that, because I'd love to have your feedback on things. And yeah, that is that. I will catch everyone next time. And there's nothing stopping me from live streaming. It's just I won't be able to do it through StreamYard anymore. So I have to do my other setup, which is, a little janky with OBS and the like. But we'll see what happens. And Mapleson gifting 5 more memberships. He wants everyone to get them members only videos. Don you members only jacket. So Kettle, you're very welcome for the entertainment. Glad I could help. Keep you enjoyed. I could keep you entertained. Getting 72 virgins if you die a martyr. I'm pretty sure Muslims believe all you have to do is obey Allah. Yeah, it's pretty much something like that from Islam, from my understanding. I haven't looked too much into it because it doesn't play too much of a role in my life. Did at one critical moment in the early 21st century, but I'm just neutral to it as far as my public stance goes here. But yeah, much love to everyone. Thank y'all for being here, especially those of y'all who could be here for pretty much the whole stream. I know everyone's got lives, so not gonna be able to hang around all the time, but damn, have some kick-ass people just hanging out with me like this. It's the coolest thing. So again, much love. Stay safe out there. I'll catch everyone next time. Bye.